Hey there, folks. What's up? Welcome. We've got Realm Royale on the docket. I'm Tom Badinger. This is Nick Keogh. Pretty hair, right?
Yeah, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Good, dude. I'm really excited for today. We got a little bit of a different format coming at you, but it is still going to be the squad format, the teams of 4. Still no double classes, anything like that, but we got a little bit of a different prize format coming at you today.
Right. So we're going to be doing 6 rounds as per usual, but the winner of everything is going to take home $4,000. But that's at the end. What's fun is that each round, money's on the line. Whoever's going to come with the lowest score for each round is going to take home a G. And then, of course, we've got the regular rules.
Of course, you will be rewarded points based on how you place. So 5th place, 5 points, and then every kill will shave 2 points off of that score. And if squads in the past 2 weeks has taught us anything, is that you have the potential to really get some super negative scores here. A lot of kills up for grabs. More players than in solos and duos will survive later on into the game. So fighting for that lowest score each and every round, it's something that often won't even happen as the team that wins the game. They won't be the guys getting the lowest score. Sometimes they will if it's Kefri overpowered, Cybait, and low one. That'll happen at times, but you've got some like 9th place finishers ending up at the lowest score in the round sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty much up in the air. Anybody can win, and just like anybody can win, anybody can play. Go ahead and download if you want to have fun at home. It's Realm Royale is the game. Steam, it's everything is set up so you guys can go ahead and grab it. Nice, fun stuff to go. I mean, I was playing last night on stream, having a blast. You can play solos. My favorite, honestly, is the random duos. I like to see who out there is going to carry me.
I like that. That's a lot of fun. You can hop in the voice chat with those guys as well. There's a PTS available as well. It's the same spot where you're going to download the game. You can see this is just a little snippet scooped from the store page on Steam. Right by that notice, you can install the PTS. If any updates should be pushed. We haven't updated in a while, but that's because we've got some big things cooking. So get that PTS downloaded. That's the place you'll be able to play it first.
Yeah, like you said, they're working on the Forge back here, changing everything behind the scenes. So the game...
The Ancient Forge.
Yeah, you like that one? So it can be different every single time you come out. Right now, a little bit different, a little bit of the same as far as the players are concerned. Some familiar names. I love to see a Mouse up there. And Wonderful is going to be playing with us as well.
Yeah, Wonderful. Two-time MVP, I think, at this point from the console Paladins. Incredible player. I'm excited to see what he can do on the PC, though. You always have that console versus PC conversation. These guys can't aim, so we'll get to see. We'll get to maybe settle some of that argument today. It's a lot of fun, especially when you see guys from Smite, guys from Paladins, guys from PUBG, guys from console, all over the place coming together to have some fun in the realm.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about what's going on here, the competitive side of things. We saw I Hold Shift up there. He's one of the mainstays of the esports world. And if you want to find more information about that esports world, well, it's pretty simple. esports.realmroyale.com. That's where all your information is going to be when it comes down to the tournaments and what's going on there and who's winning, who's losing, and who's up on top.
We have a lot of cool stuff. We've got a map stream, so twitch.tv, mixer.com/Realm Royale map, whatever platform you're watching on. You can pull this stream up, and it will bring up just the map for that game. It'll be up the whole time. You can watch your favorite teams, see where the circle at, where it's headed, the timer, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's sick. I have it right here. The entire map is just sitting right here. I can see the whole circle and everything. So it's easy for me. So if you want to join along with us and kind of cast at home, that's what you want to do. So this is one of your first times around Realm Royale. First of all, welcome and get ready to be a chicken. But that's how you end up if things don't go your way. If everything does go your way, you start off as one of these 5 classes. I am Mr. Engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always have been.
Yeah, since minute one.
Not a bandwagon engineer here.
Nope, not at all. So I cook a little faster, 10% forge speed, right? But I have all the utility in the world. Healing totem, barricade is really what I like to rock in squads.
Yeah.
Get that utility going. But if you want to be more aggressive, turret's going to auto aim at enemies, and then the firebomb. I mean, that's going to make sure anybody in a building is going to be out of the building once you light it on fire.
Barricade, I think it's tough to argue, one of the best abilities in the game. It's got a lot of vertical, a lot of up-down, so you can deploy it safely like on a mountainside as well, and it's still going to cover your toesies, and you'll be nice and snug as a bug in a rug.
And for me, I mean, my shots are questionable, so the plasma launcher works out. A lot of AoE damage available. Now, everything sounds dope for the engineer. I think the downside is the thrust. You get 2 shots of this sort of like jetpack jump, but you're a little bit more vulnerable than if you had the blink, the soar, or even the warrior charge.
It's this lobby, right? These players Their shots are not questionable. So you put yourself on a very predictable trajectory through the air so these players can just peg you out of the sky. The one thing that Thrust does have going for it now, because it was split up into 2 charges, you kind of like, at some point, I'm going to jump up again. You don't know. That's where the big like juke factor is. So get your opponents like timing it. If they've got a slug rifle, right? It's very rhythmic, right? You know when that next shot's coming out. That's when you want to thrust and try and juke that.
Well, when we used to play together, when we started to play together, rather, I was engineering. You were always rocking the assassin to the hunter.
Yeah.
Have you found a home yet?
I mean, the hunter is near and dear to my heart. I love the longbow. The assassin was like definitely like my later adoption, just because it was so strong, and I'm just that guy. I wanted to play what's good, right? I want to get to know, get to familiar with. But the hunter for me, it's been a lot of fun because in squads you get to see more hunters. You get to see a lot of class diversity because you can't double up, and in squads that means we're forcing these players to play 4 different classes.
And so the dodge roll is really smooth. One is one of the lower cooldowns when it comes to the movement abilities. So you're able to sort of bing, bang, boom all around the map. And blast shot is actually really cool. It's not one of the favorites that people really enjoy, but it's a ton of damage. And when you're dodge rolling, you're moving faster on the ground. The blast shot amplifies your damage more so. But really what I've seen players really land on is that withdraw. It kind of stealths you a little bit, gets you disengaged from what's going on. And then the proximity mine is also really high on player list. It's a proximity mine.
Yeah, you know, it takes a second to arm, but at the legendary level it does 1,250 damage. It's like outside of sniper headshots, and it's like one of the highest instances of damage that you can take in the game. But there is, of course, distance from the center fall off, right? The further you are away from the epicenter of the explosion, the less damage you'll take. So that's why it kind of has to hit so hard in the middle, because you rarely do get hit by the center.
So the hunters are kind of on the lower end of popularity, but I think #1 right now, the warrior is always kind of the top dog here. He's got 2 movement abilities. You're going to start off with the leap, but he's got the charge available to him, which also does damage. His axe does damage. I mean, you don't really see net shot too much, but I think that's one of his worst abilities, and it's still pretty damn good. So the warrior comes through, and he's always applicable and ready to fight.
It's a good way to put it. I mean, you know, you have the warrior in squad, especially with stuff like the healing potion and the shielding potion in particular. When you shield up all 4 of your teammates, that's just an intimidating sight for the enemy to see 4 bubbles coming at them at once. As we load into game #1 here, we'll definitely just pay attention to some of these team compositions. Most of what you see is, like we talked about, the engineers and assassins are almost guaranteed. It's really the warrior, the hunter, and the mage. That's what's going to make up the rest of these compositions, and you'll see a healthy mix distributed between each team.
Yeah, the mage. We didn't really touch on that one, but she literally flies through the air. So, yeah, there's more there, but she flies through the air. I don't know how to really double that down. Nice spread here. I do see 2 squads heading towards the northwest, which is a little bit rare, but we're going to hang out on the northeast side, the cold side here, heading out to, it looks like Old Manor. And this is one of your spots that you really enjoyed back in the day. Talk to me about where we're going to be landing here.
It's really cool because it evolved, right? It used to be almost entirely covered in snow, but the map evolved. Shout outs to the art team. They make it a lot of fun to kind of log in each and every patch and see what's changed. Really great couple of loadouts here from Dinesh. He picks up the green slug and the green burst here, but the frags are flying, and you can see how frantic squads can be right out of the gate.
Yeah, I love the positioning coming out from Team 8. They fought to get that top level so that everybody on the bottom, Team 10, was just, they were getting shot like fish in a barrel. Right now, 1 player down for 10. Meanwhile, 8 sitting pretty.
And one of the cool things is pay attention to the colors, pay attention to the numbers. So we've got 8 in maroon, and we've got blue in 10 here. These players will be, maroon 8 and blue 10 for the rest of the day. So start to familiarize yourself with your favorite teams you're watching out for, their colors and their number. Pay attention to it on the mini-map as well.
Book of Ken in some trouble. That flare is going to make sure that everybody knows where the players are up top, and that's why we see the retreat. Team 8 a little bit scared here. Going to jump on their dinos and hoof it away.
Not really wanting to fight too much more, and Team 10 already losing someone, and that's really rough. Squads, the guys that maintain their entire team, all 4 people going into the late game, they end up feeling like they're just so in control. They're hunting down people, and as you can see, Team 7 and Team 3 and Team 17 clashing here in Trinity Hills.
Prince Danny's going to fall down, one of my favorite streamers right now. Monsoon trying to take over the opposition. I love how Team 3 is kind of playing it safe here, and then all of a sudden, Boot is just like, nah, dog, not what I'm about. 17, I'm getting you from the left, but from the right, he's getting shot down. Cut him down. Monsoon washed up.
Trinity Hills is such a cluster, man. There's so many angles to worry about. You could see just getting blindsided while he's blindsiding another player who's flanking another guy. It's just so much to keep track of. That's why I stay away from this place, F-Dot. It is just too hectic, and that's coming from a lumber ball guy.
Bruh, it's Trinity Thrills when you land here, and you're just kind of hoping that you can hang on with the rest of the squad. Hodsick try to make the rotation. Switch gets the shout. I'm going to give the communication to the rest of the squad. And then Hodsick just shot down. Nice headshots coming out. And Monsoon with a sliver of HP got out of that last team fight and was able to make and turn around for his squad. We're going to jump back over here to the Cathedral and see 16 versus the Orange squad.
Chappie and the boys cleaning house here. 3 kills for nothing. Only 1 manages to escape their grasp. They've got sensor drones deployed. They're looking. They've got a flare out as well.
Yeah.
There is so much vision for this team to work with. And they have tracked him down. That's Game Hunter.
I love that combo of the flare and the sensor drone. We saw the sensor drone before. Nobody's running away. And he can see Pat Caps. Nice Poppy. Trying to isolate Mr. Burrito, but he's got his teammate Tim coming from the left-hand side and going to make dinner out of that one.
So now we've got another team rotating in, Team 8, following Team 10 into Northport. Northport is a really, really cool town with a lot of line of sight breaks that when the game ends here, you will see 25, 30, 35 players at like the 16, 17-minute mark surviving here.
Usually I don't go off the kill feed. I want to show you guys what's going on right in front of you, but Void just got somebody with a legendary slug.
You have to.
And it's scary.
You got to pay attention to that.
You got to watch out for that legendary slug. But look at this. Cybait, some of our fan favorites, Team 2.
How could they not be? I think you're right. They scooped Overpower because I'm only seeing Team 2. They're split up super, super heavy this time around. Mad Ruski separated from Cybait, separated from who can I only assume to be Capri. I'm not sure who's playing on this team. This is the heavyweight team. These are the guys fighting for the title here. So we've got Ruski, Low One, Cybait, and Overpowered. So it's Ruski. Oh, that's right. Kefri's on vacation, so it's Ruski stepping in for him today.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Kefri trying to fit into those slippers. That's not going to happen right now. That's not going to happen. Cybait cut down early. And I hold shift. He won one of our tournaments when he was playing duos. Now he's got the squad, and it seems like he ain't shown any signs of slowing down.
This is interesting because this team, Low One, Cybait, Kefri, and Overpowered, for 2 weeks straight. They win the squad tournaments. They win it from Goblin Gulch. They drop here every game by themselves, and no one lifts a finger. Remember back in the duos events when we were seeing Kefri and Bird drop at that unmarked forge like every game, and people would start to pick at them? It feels like Shift's team is now starting to be that team. They're starting to be like, well, these guys drop here every game. Let's go put some pressure on them, right? Let's not let them get to the late game comfortably looted with 4 people still alive.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite things when sort of talking about and entering a new competitive scene is watching the players of the teams get sort of an identity for themselves. And Shift and his teammate, when they were playing duos, were they started off kind of shy. They got a little bit more aggressive. They got a win under their belt. They went, all right, boys, who wants to dance? And now we're here with squads, and Shift is just walking up with his teammates, Heavenly and everybody, just going, all right, you know what? It's time to go. And when you're playing these Realm Royale games at home, that's the kind of mentality you got to have. Feel it out. Play it nice, and then frag out when you're confident.
Yeah, go for the throw. The kills are what's going to separate you from the pack for sure. FPS reps, Slick, and the boys. I have to imagine, Shift is in there somewhere as well. Slick's longtime teammate of his. Played Lawbreakers together as well, I believe. Nope, only 1 kill here for the boys. Everyone kind of just rotating into the circle. 50 players still left alive, so a lot of kills to be had. And remember, this is only our first round of the 6 we are going to play. 4K to the winner overall, but 1K for every round winner.
Team 4 in a bad spot, although Pat Cabs can't seem to land a shot right now. Taking out the sniper rifle, still missing.
I like it, though. I like the effort. That was actually, you know, a pretty decent shot. It's tough to hit him at this range now.
Yeah.
The projectile's got drop with it. It's a slower projectile. It's got a long way to go. You got to lead and account for the distance drop while up on a mountain. I mean, this is a sniper's worst nightmare.
Yeah, pretty much. Still very powerful, though. Headshot from that, even with the reduction in headshot damage, still gonna send you back to the discard pile. So interesting stuff here. Squads, though, what a change, man.
Yeah, and the biggest difference is how many people. It's kind of like pub matches, right? The more people are going to be left alive as you enter the late game, right? You're going to go into that with the 30, 40 people instead of like the 20, 25, maybe 30 people into these later stages of the game. And like I said, once you lose one teammate, God forbid 2 or 3 teammates, you play so much more passive because you know you don't really have a prayer at that point to take a 1v2 or 1v3, 1v4. So the guys that stay together as 4 get looted. They start to just kind of like run around the map and terminate. And because of that, you see teams just take over a lobby in particular, which is why it's going to make it really interesting on a per round basis taking home 1K, because you have the ability, even if you're not in the top 8, to run away with games in particular.
Yeah, and just sort of get that runaway boxcar feel. Team number 19, they've got the advantage on Curvy down there, but I don't even know if they think he. Yeah, they don't even know he's down there, so they're going to walk away from the Lone Ranger. Team number 2 only has 1 out of 4 there, boys, so going to be a little rough here for Low One.
These are the guys. These are the favorites. They've won both squad events so far. They won last week's. God, dude, like
look at this spot.
100 and some change. They won it by just such a colossal margin. It wasn't even close. They had it locked down like 2 rounds before the event was over. Even with, like, we were calculating worst case scenarios, it still didn't matter. They had first place locked.
Alternate, one of our Paladins guys over here trying to fight off, but this is a big fight. 4 and 18. These guys have 3 players left as Bird has sat down here. Now Slick trying to come over the hill, in some trouble as he gets flanked from the left-hand side. Players on the immediate 12 o'clock. I think Green is doing a disservice to themselves by not spreading out and looking for that flank. They've already lost 1. It's a 3-on-3, but what up to team number 1 out of nowhere?
F-Dot, Team 4's got to make a decision. Are we going for Team 1 or are we going for Team 18? Because right now we're getting pinched by both of them. Slick takes down Wonderful with a green burst rifle, but now he's getting shot from a completely new direction. 8 is coming in, entering the fray. Pat Caps lands the snipe and throws everything out of whack.
Big plays coming out from the engineer player there. You saw the healing totem keep Slick and Alternate alive for so long. He eventually does fall down, but the healing totem keeps him alive long enough to at least take out 1.
And goodness gracious, just decimated. Alternate goes down, Slick goes down. It's just FPS reps, but now he's down as well. He's up in the tower, which will buy him a little bit of safety. This is actually interesting. Who can push up here to safely confirm this kill? It looks like Team 8, if anyone. But I'm not sure if they're the ones that put him down, so I don't know if they know that he's actually in here.
Well, he's going to jump out the window. Chicken going to make the lap around, and he's back. Here we go. He's all alone, the lone representative. Perhaps going to land on the ground. Oh, wiggle, and he gets out.
He gets out of there.
I can't believe he got out of there, man. That's funny.
I'm at a loss for words. So I think 18 puts him down from the low ground, and now it's 8 and 18 squaring off. But I think 18 puts him down from the low ground. 8 has the angle to capitalize on this kill, but they just don't know it's there. They weren't the ones that put him down in the first place.
They have no idea where he's at, but 18 walking into the fog, it looks like. Is that really the safest spot for you, buddy?
You know, everyone from Team 8 knows where he is, and this is still a relatively early game fog where if you have healing available, you can elect to take some damage to go for a wide reposition here.
Right.
And I think as the lone wolf of Team 18 at this point, he figures that's his only way out.
Well, 11 and a half minutes into this one. We've got 13 teams remaining in our first round here of our squad tournament. Mikey, he was playing with some different people last time we got to catch up with him now. Finishing a player off there with his old burst rifle. Teaming up with Cookie Man, who does have a lot of success behind him.
It will be Chappie, making the big rotation out. He does have some healing, a lot of mobility, playing the warrior as well. Try and get himself back in the action here. Team 5, they've got a player down.
I want to get a little technical here. I don't like where Latvian is right now because he's operating over the wrong shoulder. For the best look, you want to be able to shoot from cover on your left side, so you have a bigger FOV. This is a dangerous area, so I want to see him hang on this side of the pillar. Yeah, just like that, Lolis.
It's huge. I mean, that's a really big point that you make. Playing with the right shoulder in Realm Royale is a big part of the game. So many hit scan weapons, so many people playing on the sand dunes at the moment. A lot of teams involved in this fight, but it looks like 5 that is the primary target being pitched out.
Yeah, 1's down, 2's down, but they haven't finished the chicken off just yet. There's 1, and the mage gonna fly away. We were talking about that. And with Zap going down, that's 20 players remaining, 12 teams in total. Latvian's gonna fall as well. 14 finds the dominance, but now there's a team across the way with the upper hand.
Team 9 versus Team 14 here. Barricade's gonna go down. We've got a plasma launcher and a golden slug in terms of heavy-duty firepower here. So only 1 class weapon. Normally you will see that go to the assassins. Most squads will elect to give the sniper, followed by the plasma launcher. So it's just I think a factor of confidence here. If the engineer player is the one who thinks he's going to be able to do the most damage with his plasma launcher, more power to him.
I like the artillery that the plasma launcher can do. You can kind of hide behind a giant structure and then launch almost directly up and just rain like mortar shots down and really stop people from traversing across the way.
Still out in the open here. Still 11 teams remaining. So we take a little look at our picture-in-picture fight here in the top right-hand side of your screen. I think you can actually see some plasma launchers ripping across the way here, trying to find an angle. And it's one of the few reliable splash damage sources in the game. So it's very unique in that, right? You have your explosive flash that does basically no damage. It is splash damage. You've got a blast shot, which is hard, and a nice dink from across the way.
Yeah, it gets him from a distance. Nice play right there. Yeah, I like the plasma launcher because it's reliable cover fire. Players in a building, you can just all day, and there's really nothing they can do about it. Nice res coming up for Team 9. Mikey going to rejoin the battle. Let's see. Unchickens? Do we have a word for that?
No.
The old unchickening?
Gets back up, I suppose. Keemstar is going to join the fray here for another 20 seconds. And you're just, you're swapping around player to player, and you're noticing armor potions. Not as many of them as there once was. Not a lot of these players have to go around. Mikey goes up into the air, but he will not come back down.
Yeah, at this point in the game with these players, you were talking about how these guys always land their shots. Jumping up in the air like that is asking for trouble.
Stan is going to get pretty aggressive here, and just glancing at the minimap, looks like one of the few full 4-man units still on the map.
Yep.
So that's why you can see him make plays for, piles of loot and make plays for positioning and stuff like that. Just because the guys with 4 people still standing just have the confidence to run around this map and do whatever they want to do.
Don't forget, you know why this squad is doing so well.
Why is that?
We got an engineer.
Yeah.
You need that engineer for the support, the utility. It's not always about who gets the kills, it's about who pays the bills.
And the engineers who aren't afraid to take a little bit of damage to get the deeper barricade down into houses and stuff like that are the engineers that will win games.
Yep. That's not what I do. Number 10, trying to creep on up this hill. Zanman and Curve. Picture-in-picture going to show us a fight across the way. These two fights actually might coincide, which is why we're taking a look at that one. So got to keep an eye on where these players are. But Team 14 seems to have the pole position, if you will.
JJG takes down I Hold Shift. Aggro thought that was a just. This guy JJD in this lobby, because he was playing with the Smite boys. Kid's a hell of a player. I know he was in his Smite days as well. He's going to go down there to avoid another heavyweight name popping up in the kill feed. Team 14. Not a ton of kills to their name, but they're still all together. Not a lot of armor potions to go around either. None of them working with armor at this stage.
It's actually pretty nuts. There's 10 teams left, but 18 players. There's a lot of teams that are disjointed. Team 8 and I think 14 was it?
Right.
That are kind of together. I think everybody else might just be 1 or 2s.
And that's why this is the point when you've got those teams of 4, they run around and then they just run the lobby at this point.
Nice.
Beautiful play there. The roll-in 180 shot with the legendary slug. How can you goof that up? And hey, look at that, a longbow, but he doesn't even want it, and that's just what hurts me the deepest.
Why doesn't he want it?
You know, that's again, in this type of lobby situations, the self-slow that the bow can apply to you, especially when you don't have a high-level withdrawal to work with, it's such a risk to run the longbow.
Yeah, big damage, but big trade-offs. Standing gonna be trade-off here, but again, 8 and 14, full squad. 6 is in a bad spot. 19, look at Pretty Boss. Petty Boss just sitting in the back line going, all right, y'all fight. I'll show up a little bit later and collect $200. But here goes, what is this? Team 8 on the charge. I love to see the recklessness.
Yeah, and I mean the loot pile down here, all the armor potions. I gotta say, this is probably the last couple of armor potions in this lobby, and then a gift from above delivered to Book of Ken and his group. I mean, 6, the true hunter here. I got mad respect for anyone that actually runs the longbow on that.
Yeah,
hunter.
he's got the bow.
It's big for me. I mean, I love it. Oh my God, is he just bushwooking this?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I've never seen someone actually.
Oh, they can't see. Oh! Oh my.
It's gonna be okay.
They don't know.
Book of
Book
Ken.
of Ken got no clue. He got no clue. Oh, Petty Boss.
What are you doing?
Just chill. Nah, just chill, dog. Just chill. Because, see, here's the thing. If this is a pub, if you're, like, playing at home, go for that kill right now. But these guys are all in comms. They're all playing together as a team. You go for
no
that
way
kill.
he didn't see him there.
I mean, he did it, bro. If he did, he'd be dead. Right?
Lands the snipe there. There's no way.
He's
Got to be. I mean, that can happen, right? The third-person cam can throw you off a little bit. Book of Ken's eyes are not leaving that building despite what else comes into and out of his frame of view. His eyes are super focused on where he already knows players are at, so I guess that's why that happens.
Well, 6 and Team 8 going to be jumping right up in here. What a terrible name in a world where our team names are numbers. But 6 of the boys are going to be pushing up forward, letting it fly with the bow. Nice, nice disengage into the turnaround shot, the roll forward. That's why he's got the bow, because he got the confidence.
Yeah, and part of it is, you do need that high-level withdrawal to be able, because you can withdraw, go into stealth, and then draw your arrow and just get an opening burst window of a massive amount of damage from the longbow. So that's why he's looking to play with that. Petty Boss, he's been forced out of his bush and into his ice block. Void getting the drop on him, full legendary gear with his legendary slug as well, but he's got bigger problems now.
Yeah, meanwhile, Petty Boss going to fly away. He does fall down to synergy. Woof.
You got to relocate here.
Yeah, I got to get on
He's still got
out.
the white blink. It's a 15-second cooldown. He can't move.
There it is.
Man.
Crown Royale. Wonderfully played there from everybody. Don't forget, it's not the last team standing that's going to get the $1,000. It's going to be the lowest score. So you got to be getting those kills. You got to be getting those eliminations in order to wind up on top and bring the money home.
So let's go ahead. Let's take a look. And I think that was, I want to say that was Team 14, the team that we were talking about. They're one of 2 teams still fully together. Team 8 was another one, but I think that they ended up getting picked apart when it was all said and done. But just going into that late game, you could see how one ability there for Void specifically ended up being his downfall. Having the white blink there, you blink once, and now you're out for 15 seconds. And that's why he's just crouching behind this rock in this tough position. There's nothing else he could have done with it.
I was really rooting for Petty Boss at the end. I'm not gonna lie.
He got one more frag. I mean,
He
it
did.
ain't bad.
He got heavenly. I was just sitting there when I saw him. He got the crouch, and then especially when the player walked past him, I was like, "That's my guy.
That was nuts.
That's
yeah.
my guy."
And as a lone wolf player, all you're looking to do is, all your team's expecting of you is placement at that point. That's all they're really hoping. You get a kill in the top 5 like that. That is just 2 thumbs way up, because it's 2 more points shaved off of your score, which you are already solely responsible for climbing higher.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about the lowest score possible. So we're going to take a look at how that round went in just a little bit. But like I said, shout outs to Petty Boss being able to live that long, because don't forget, I mean, it was a couple of fights before that moment even where we noticed Petty Boss was over the hill, just kind of sitting, waiting. Yeah. 2 teams were banging it out, and he was like, I'll show up when I feel like it.
And he never did feel like it.
No, he was just like, all right, I'm chilling.
Scooted away.
I'm just chilling, just hanging out.
He's above that. He's the bigger man. He's got to take the high road sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's about, sometimes pacification is really what you're looking for, right?
Absolutely. The biggest story here, I think, is the fall of the favorites, right? You've got Cyb 8, you've got Low 1, Overpowered, and then the fill-in Ruski, who go down so early. And now we got to see, and we got to watch that Realm Royale map stream. Is this going to be a theme throughout this tournament? Are people just going to be constantly applying Goblin Gulch pressure now because that's the spot, that's where they know the favorites are going to be?
Well, we're going to keep an eye on that one and see how everybody's going to land out. Results for round 1 on the way. We'll be right back with Realm Royale. What's good? We're back, and we've got those standings on the way for round 1. It was exciting. We had like 2 or 3 teams towards the end that had all 4 players, which, I don't know, it's not usually how it goes.
Not at all. You know, you've got maybe, one team that is starting to run the show, run the table by the end of it all, but it's Book of Ken and the gang with 16 eliminations, so they will be taking home the #1 spot after round 1. And with that, today means $1,000 as well. I hold shift in his crew at 9 eliminations and a pretty solid finish. We'll take a look at the overall standings now. It's a pretty good spot to be in for both of those top teams, but again, only the #1 team, the #1 spot at the end of the day overall will take home the 4K big chunk. But beyond that, we're just going round by round. So congrats to Book of Ken and the boys.
Yeah, I hold shift, going to be up there #2, so certainly in the running. And then you see down here his old teammate Slick. It's going to be #9, the Love Potion. Cuss, Cutie, going to be there at 16. So a nice spread as far as where all of our regulars have been kind of slotted in.
I wonder why they broke up.
Yeah, I mean, I got no idea.
Yeah, I wonder, same thing kind of with Kefri and Bird, it was more of duos was the climate, and he had a real-life friend coming into play, so he's I'm just going to play with my buddies, no hard feelings. But you got to wonder why, some of these duos, some of these teams that have just had success, right? Why they decided to just go different ways.
I mean, squads and duos are a completely different world, right?
Why did Shaq and Kobe want to, break up?
I won't get you started. How much time you got, dog? How much time you got? But I mean, what it comes down to is that, like, when you're playing duos, it's a much more intimate setting, right?
Yeah.
You and I can go ahead and play some duos and get a feel for each other in just a couple of rounds. Whereas when you're playing squads, it's much more constructed, right? There's rules and regulations, and I can say, all right, you be the aggressor, I play passive when it comes to duos. But when it comes to squads, all right, who's going to take the flank? There's so many people that you have to, like, read the minds of. It's a whole different world. There are games where I will play duos with my boys and be like, for squads, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
you need more discipline. You need
it's
more
got a
control.
lot of structure, yeah. I think you got to elect that shot caller. You got to figure out, who are we playing? And sometimes we'll see that, right? 2 teams will be fighting. One of them gets a kill, and then it all starts to, like, register in their brains who it is that they're fighting, and then they just back off. They say, yeah, never mind, we're good. We're going to go ahead and bow out of this one.
Right now, no bowing out here. Round 2 of 6 as we get right up on into it. We're going to see how these players are going to go for it. I'm excited to see the squads. Last time I was here, I've been watching the stream, so the last time I was here on the stream with you guys.
It's for duos, right?
Yeah, we're doing duos. I think everybody remembers my my braid. I had braided my hair, and chat was just calling me a Jedi all day.
That's kind of cool, though.
I mean, I thought it was cool.
Did they mean it as... You can't call someone a Jedi as an insult.
Literally nobody else thought it was cool.
Oh.
Nick, it was a moment. It was a moment. I almost shaved my head after that day. Chat got to me a little bit.
Don't let him keep you down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I just keep on keeping on. Got the mentality of some of these lower end squads that have been here week in, week out still. I like shout outs to players like Chappie who have had some struggles over the times, but still showing up and bringing the business. I like to see that. And, even towards the end of it, like we said, every round a G on the line at the very least. So these players, anybody can win, which is fun. Landing down here around the Cathedral, Team 8 one more time versus Team 10.
That white assault rifle, you hate to see it. It's not a great weapon, but it is nonetheless, hit scan pressure can be applied. The warrior passive and the healing potion out of the gate, but none seems to be enough to keep Team 10 alive. And again, it's the same fight we saw last time around, Team 8 and Team 10. And again, it's Team 8, our leaders, coming out on top.
Yeah, just bringing them right here to it. With Ken, you're going to play it a little bit safe on the assassin. Now going to drop down off the scaffolding. 6 trying to make the rotation here with the teammate pushing up into the top floor. 1 down on the chicken. Mage's going to fly out outside of the window on the right-hand side. But the chicken on the left taken care of. 2 chickens down. Team A making it happen. That's how you start a game.
Ken, my man, that is a huge play. A very big risk to take as the leader to just early game blink in. We talked about how it's a 15-second cooldown and just spike the poppy bomb at the floor and just cause chaos.
Yeah, I mean, that was just... yeah, sometimes you just got to make it happen. You walk in the room, you turn the lights off and hit the strobe button, and everybody's, what's going on? What's going on? And Team 8 goes, it's a dance party. That's what's going on. They get the dance moves right, and they moonwalk right out of there, taking all the loot possible. Flash forward, Team 4 here, looking cute, feeling cute. Bird getting some loot.
Both of these fights so far, our winner's not losing a single player. That's the big thing, right? Coming out 4 for nothing, super clean, is incredibly important, as you're already able to see. 2 people from Team 17 already down, make that 3. Ooh. See if they're able to confirm the kill here. Maybe actually downing all 4 players. It's just a matter of cleaning up. Dismounting, despite the minimum damage that you have to take being reduced now. It's extremely low now. I believe it's only 100 damage, and then you'll get knocked off your mount. So not a really viable thing to play around anymore.
The revolver is a weapon close to my heart. It's not the greatest, but it looks cool as hell.
Up close, it's good.
And it's I always just play to be as cool as possible. So revolver and crossbow are my 2 weapons, and I disenchant every slug rifle I come up to because
what a statement.
I'm trying to make a statement.
I'm kind of with you. I mean, for its situation, I think the revolver's actually hella good, and the crossbow, I don't know what it is. It's definitely just a feeling thing for me, but I just love that weapon.
Same.
I think it's so good. It still has its fall off, right? It's still hard to defend objectively against the slug rifle, but you know, you got a guy like Chappie, I think, for me, is like one of the best crossbow players probably in the business. Overpowered is definitely in there as well. But Chappie, I've seen him make so many just stone cold plays with the crossbow. It's inspiring, quite frankly.
It's dope up close too, because from a distance you can get those long range shots, and then up close you can panic and just spray and pray like I do. Hold the left button and just...
Well, it makes your opponent panic a little bit because the fire rate is so damn quick.
So fast.
It is very kind of almost overwhelming to be hit by that weapon at max fire rate.
Yeah, you got to watch out for it. Sensor drone and flares coming out.
Ooh.
As Team 7 trying to find their way into the building that Team 3 are in. Oh, bad positioning out here. Already turned into a chicken. That's why you got to stick with your teammate, Switch. He's going to be in trouble. Another rotation out of the building for Team 3 onto Team 7. I like the idea here. They get in trouble, so they push and they get aggressive.
Danny takes a lot of firebomb damage there, and it's just fighting for, he wants this right shoulder peak. He wants to maintain control of this corner. He loses all of his armor for it. Buddha tagging some good shots as well. Everyone just constantly fighting for that right shoulder. Everyone's just trying to counterclockwise around every building that's ever been put in the game. Buddha's only got 70 HP to spare. It's not a great spot to be.
Another chicken. That chicken likely to unchicken, D-chicken. Get back up and
yeah.
I like D-chicken.
D-chicken?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
It's like going from a chicken nugget to an egg yolk. Prince Danny trying to roll on back to make sure he doesn't get yoked up.
Man, this is a really awkward fight here, but 7 is managing to just keep it together. This is when it gets gritty. It's a lot of player instinct that comes into these, right? You don't have call-outs or plans or things premeditated for this situation, so this is when you have to just rely on, these are the guys that I picked to do well.
And that's what I was talking about when it comes down to the difference between squad versus duos, is that with a duo, yeah, look, you and I, you have a play style, I'm aggro, you're passive, you work it out like that. But when you're playing with squads, if 3 of you guys are aggro is not enough. You got to be, I'm aggressive flank, right? That's a paladin's term. I'm always looking for the flank. Or I'm aggressive, I'm going to be taking the brunt of it. It can't really be a tank in this game, but the idea that I'm like going to be the
mage, right?
Exactly.
Soar in, drop a shot, a fireball, and then ice block and hope the boys are following up.
Exactly, and that's what it is. There's a lot of trust, there's a lot of hope, and there's a lot of pop, and there's a lot of death.
Wow.
Down goes the burrito brain as Cookie Man rolls him up and puts him in the oven.
I mean, what are we, 6:18 on the game clock. I'm already hearing a throwing axe on the other side of the bush that I'm hiding behind. I'm panicking at that point. I'm like, oh God, what do I do here, dude?
I mean, you were talking about the panic of when you get hit with the crossbow.
Yeah.
For me, the scariest sound is the stone spear. When I hear the...
Because you know you've got 3 lives when you're playing with that boy. Every little tick is just massive damage. Yeah.
Just like, oh no, where
sometimes
is
you
he
get headshot, and sometimes you don't even get 3 lives.
Yeah, you don't even know where they're at. You're just like, well, I'm...
Triple headshot fireball, and you back to the lobby, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm a chicken now. Okay, there it is. The pop-up. Here's Team 2 versus Team 12. Void's here, who had a fantastic game last time around. This was the team that wound up number 2. They're number 2 overall, since we've only had 1 round so far. But that's the number 2 squad.
Wow, clean moves there from Heavenly. And Shift as, again, they put the pressure on in Goblin Gulch, taking down low 1. And I believe they picked someone else already. It may have been Cybate, but there are still 2 members alive from Team 2. Today's favorites, but they will escape with only 2 left alive.
Why? Why is he even taking
Send
those
a
shots?
message. Dismount him. Slow him down.
Yeah.
Let him know. Well, because in squads, I can dismount players while my teammates still continue to ride up on him, right? So maybe they're still looking to close the gap. As we look at the map stream, you know, they're already kind of out. It's Ruski and Overpowered, so Cybate and Low 1 did get picked off. And 2 rounds in a row, this team that was just invaluable. And we talked about this, right? No one was putting pressure on them. I wonder how they would have responded to some pressure in weeks prior, but they just didn't get any. And now that's all changing.
Flare over the house. Got the information for Team 4. Qual in some trouble as he's getting burned up. Meanwhile, Cable Flash gonna do what he can here. Rap's trying to find the flank. Finds it, actually, but he can't find the shots. Trouble as Latvian's able to really make it happen there. And Team 4 wasn't able to return fire.
Some good damage coming out from either team here. Slick struggling to land shots with the revolver. He puts himself in a bit of a pickle as well. He's able to just barely squeak himself over the crest of the hill. FPS Ritz gets taken down.
Goodness.
Slick is low HP. It's up to Bird and Alternate to stabilize this fight.
And with the shots that Alternate be having right here, you see him use the thrust to get the shot in the air with the slug, land up on top of that ledge. I really like the plays that that we're seeing out of Alternate. And Bird, one of the crowd favorites here. Flare going to give him vision across the other side of the house. Slowly pushing forward. There's the roll. Got to watch out because the rest of the team is here. And a nice withdraw to get him out of harm's way.
Yeah, I will say playing around the withdraw and playing without the bow, Bird's been since day one of the most impressive hunters at doing that. Alternate gets aggressive here, drops his barricade as well, plugging more shots, puts another one down as well. And just like that, Alternate puts the nail in the coffin.
Mwah. Yeah. That's the engineer play I like to see.
Yeah.
That's the engineer play I like to see, because engineers get this bad rap for being, oh, I'm gonna hide behind my health turret and just hang out. But nah, I'm gonna jump forward, put the wall down, and put you in the ground. That's what I like to see, man. Aggro Engie.
Yeah,
that's my brand.
Yeah. The flare goes up as well. Good engineers. A lot of fun to watch, especially one like Jodobo, who's really kind of like my favorite guy to watch when it comes to just like weapon swapping mid-air between his potion launcher and usually a slug or something. But the kid's just so smooth with it, and it's just really a joy to watch. And it's something that the engineer can just do so well, just float above you and just rain down damage from a variety of weapons. It's overwhelming.
Engineer, I think, works out better in squads. I mentioned because of the whole utility aspect of the character. You really don't want to go out there duos engineers, but also because or solo engineer rather, but also because he's a late game character. You need a lot of tools in order to really get by with what the engineer gives you. Thrust, I mean, you're basically poppy bombing yourself. You're concussion grenading yourself when you hit that thrust. But if you have the tools, the slug rifles and the plasma launchers, all of a sudden it becomes a much more viable strategy than if you're just sitting there and trying to mow people down.
Some of the console Pally's boys here, Skeppy and Wonderful, alongside Protection, who's kind of like that PGS minor league level Paladins PC player. Don't know plays, but I'm sure he's up to the task here. A couple of, righteous pieces of loot as well. The Stone Spear, we were talking about that. Purple Fireball, as well as the gold gloves, purple boots. So wonderful. Definitely playing with some options here, some firepower. The green burst, even at the green tier, right? The burst and the slug, I mean, are very formidable weapons in the hands of good players.
And then, like I said, there's my my nightmare.
Yeah.
The Stone Spear.
Quiet. Potential to headshot you and almost one burst you.
Team 6. Huddled together in this house, man. You gotta watch out.
But do they know?
Team 6 knows that Team 1's there. I'm not sure if 1 knows
Oh.
that 6 is in the house. But Team 6 was playing it very safe. You can tell that they knew they were being watched. They had that feeling. Somebody's lurking.
Spidey senses.
Yeah, you gotta be careful a little bit. Here's Void. Whole team together. Shifted the squad again. This is your number 2 team from round 1. We'll see if they can keep up their dominance. 39 people left, 14 teams in total. So a lot of these players will have their squad mates around them for the most part.
And the only 2 kills that they've got are the ones that they took off their favorites from weeks prior.
Wow.
Nuggets gets absolutely obliterated. The golden burst rifle for Danny and the golden withdraw as well. I mean, that's the loot you're looking to make a run with. They've got a stone spear, a sniper. They have got every class weapon they need except for the hunter longbow. And, that's not a need. That's not a necessity, right? Danny's probably happy to just play with his burst rifle all game.
And yeah, I was going to say he's got the legendary as well. This is a really straight setup right now. The legendary burst and then the slug in the pocket. I'm down.
There's so much you can do with a withdraw because the stealth just lasts so long. You can cut a corner. You can completely disengage from some of these fights. And your enemies will be none the wiser here. But Book of Ken and the gang already sitting on 6 kills. So the number 1 team that's built themselves a lead continue to work their way up.
Book of Ken trying to slowly push up. Nice shot coming out from the sniper up on top of the world.
I love that this guy ended up being a beast.
Yeah.
Because, like, the week 1 dude that started, like, the hide behind the treasure chest meta ends up actually being insane and, like, doing super well in every event.
It has been a lot of fun to watch. Oh, Synergy! Making himself known on the highlight reel right there. Jumping down from the top of the world. And then just landing the axes mid-air. Clean stuff there coming out from the Warrior player.
That's the thing about Warrior, though, man. It's effective, but it's so committal. It's so all in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, which it's a confidence play.
Especially with the throwing axe. You got to get up in there.
When you're playing Warrior, you are saying, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
and if you aren't thinking that way, you kind of can't play the Warrior because you have to use the damage from the charge.
You got to know. Yeah, you're
use
right.
the damage from the charge. The whole 9.
You got to know when it's time to go and win. The upper hand is yours, and now this is the squad moment, right? We're headed up towards 15 minutes on the game clock. Still 32 people left alive, and this is when the map stream becomes a little bit useless because there is just so many dots, names, tags packed into this tiny circle that you just have to look at the screen and see what's that. Look at all the players on this screen right now.
Goodness, right? And I mean, there's 2 separate teams, 19 to the right, 6 to the left, and number 1 is lurking on the foreground. Right now, Hated Gray is trying to navigate through it all, finds the shots, no kill. How many bullets does this guy take?
He's got his Frost launcher as well, so Runa and the boys, they're still in an okay spot. Everyone's still alive. Everyone's getting back up. There's a healing totem going down, and look, trying to use this splash damage now just a little bit off the mark there. Oh my God!
Wow!
Comes out and 2-taps him with a green slug. What a play!
The turnaround was not expected, but it happens nonetheless. Down goes Plays as well. As Idiot Mouse able to make him really question what was going on there before.
That's incredible. I mean, if you're caught in a room going down 1v4, that's best case scenario right there. Book of Ken squad still in a great spot here. Purple slug. And like we mentioned, class weapons galore. They've got their plasma launcher, their throwing axe, their longbow, and their sniper rifle. And then good offhands for pretty much all of them as well. A couple of legendary pieces of armor. And they're looking to just continue to extend their lead.
So there's 8 teams left right now. if all 8 teams had their players, quick, what's 8 times 4?
28?
That's what we would have.
32, excuse me.
There you go. Come on, man. Come on, man. 8 times 4?
NA math, lol.
Oh, yeah. I need NA math in the chat right now. But so we would have that many players, but only 22. So one of the few intact teams here is Team 12, the number 2 squad from last round. Certainly a strong team in their own right. And they're going to be pushing forward. Alternate here, repping team number 4. And Mad Ruski only has Overpowered along with him. So a little bit of a mess over here.
Not a lot of kills to their name either. So yes, they were second place. But Book of Ken and his squad are making that lead all the larger. And look at this. Their team that they started this game hunting is very, very close to them. Still alive. Overpowered and Ruski have managed to hold it together. Full armor. Now it looks like they might be getting the jump on alternate Slick and Bird. But just as to, this is what happens. You just don't feel like you can be aggressive in any of these situations because you never know how many people are going to be waiting around that corner.
Troublesome moment. Here's the damage. And down goes Cookie Man. Alternate made that one look easy.
The drive-through window as well with all his loot.
Yeah, for real.
Gotta love it. 120 max shards, could craft some armor potions. Something here to work with. They have control of the only forge left in play as we're coming down to the wire here. Miles will go down, but Danny and a Flux and Anonymous are gonna look to try and fight to keep them alive.
Miles and Anonymous are down. A Flux trying to keep them alive. 20 players left. There are 7 teams there. And Synergy trying to keep it simple. I like these window shots that we're getting. 9,
10, 11 kills for Ken and the gang.
Oh, you can do that, man. That one works.
Because you started that sentence, I thought you had it, and so I was focused on something else, like what point I was going to make after what you were done. And then you put me on the spot, and you made me look like an idiot in front of my friends.
Don't worry. I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. 7 on the right side.
Give
4.
me a 2+2.
Look at this. Look at this. Slick and everybody. They're fighting against Bird and Overpowered. This is going to be a tight one. Bird goes over the wall. That's easy. But now Bird has opened himself up to enemy fire from across the way.
Danny
Ruski falls down.
Big with the burst rifle as well. I saw some Prox Mine going damage out. I love to see that. Alternate throws down his firebomb. And it's all about the zone. He can't take any damage from it because that's... Engineer's got the flame retardant clothes on, so he's all good in the hood. Bird, he's got the vision. It's just about how they want to execute on it.
Fucking nice shot.
Yikes.
The jump shot really surprised me there. Nice pick up the potion as well. 14 players left, 6 teams, everybody coming down to the wire. Bird has 2 teammates. Everybody else is kind of hanging on to a thread here.
Oh my goodness, Overpowered is being hunted down at the moment. Alternate goes up into the air. He won't touch back down. Everyone's been chicken from a team not even involved in that fight. They're not able to actually finish off some of these kills. I don't know how that's going to turn out.
It's looking like a poultry farm outside and inside. Everybody making it happen. We're down to the final 10 players right now, Nick. 4 teams here. Team number 7 has all 4 players left.
Oh my goodness, and they're starting to actually accumulate a decent chunk of kills here. Afflux goes up into the air. Potion Launcher connects. He's got the flame dot on it as well for an extra 100. The healing totems here. That is just risk incarnate with no reward in sight.
Meanwhile, Team 7, they are healthy as a horse. They're just hanging out inside. A Flux actually gets dinked through the window. He's going to be chickened on the inside. Heavenly trying to make the break in, though. Pays for it with his life. Shift is alive outside alongside Void. Hit him. Are you serious?
No,
are you serious, my guy? Now you're going to pay for it. Down he goes. 2 players left, and it's 1 versus 1.
V1. Void. He's got everything he needs. He's got an armor to heal up. He's got his sniper, green slug. Frankly, roughly equal firepower for both these players, but a Flux does not have the armor potions to top off.
I know, jokes aside, all bias aside.
You're really going to heal that up, that 10 HP?
That little bit.
That's making the difference.
You know what? When he survives with 10 HP, I'm calling you up.
All right.
But all bias
Fair.
aside, I would rather be the engineer in this world right now because the plasma launcher close range is really effective. Meanwhile, trying to line up that shot with the sniper rifle, kind of tough when you're just a couple of thumb distances apart. Well,
And when you're doing that.
when you're shooting yourself, it's not always the greatest look.
Okay, but he found some armor to work with, and he
Oh.
eats the snipe void. Ice in his veins. He will not miss his opportunity. Will he find it again?
One.
Flux goes up into the air, and the gold burst. Void's consistency. He even hits us with an emote. Love it.
Nicely done. That's what it's for right there. And of course, as we say in the business, commentators curse. I say the advantage goes to the plasma launcher, but he walks out there with no regard. He kind of just went, "Hey, you know, I'm the last person here, but wonder what's going on outside."
You might have expected that if had he not seen him when he kind of like peeked out the window. He saw him behind the rock. He knew where he was. So it's a tough one to play, especially with a player like Void behind the scope.
Yeah, I mean that's really the key. And it was when we were talking about, you know, who would have the advantage there. That's the one scenario where the sniper is going to have the advantage, where he's just posted up.
He knows
All right,
exactly the corner.
show me the plays.
Wow.
On top for round number 2, I hold shift, and his squad going to take home a G. Anonymous shows up number 2. Slick in the show plays.
Anonymous' squad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because they're lowest.
Yeah, it's not. let me rectify that, folks. It's not placement. It's actually going to be the lowest score. And so Anonymous with -24, shift with -21.
Wow.
It's the -24 that's taking home the money.
I mean, that was the difference right there. If Shift stays alive, they don't get that extra kill there.
Yeah.
And that maybe makes the difference between $1,000 there. But a big play down the stretch. Book of Ken and his squad will still be out in front, but by a slightly smaller margin, I believe. Only 11 points this time around. 7 kills separate them. But Book of Ken not having quite the finish that I think they were hoping for. Not the first place finish, and there's really nowhere to go but down from there.
Yeah, shift, though, they're going to keep themselves within 11 points. Certainly a nice look there. Big jump between Slick as him and his squad find themselves 34 behind. Shout-outs to the guys on low one, Chappie and Alexi in that 50 region. And then rounding up the bottom, G2 Cuss. I got to say, I'm a little bit surprised with that.
Honestly, man, he hasn't done super well in most of the events. There was a couple of times. He's never been pleased with his performance either. So I think it's about finding the right team for him, as well as balancing the PPL starting back up. So how much time does he have to invest into the game at this point?
I'll be honest. If you guys are familiar with him, he used to have this mustache.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't. And I think that's the main problem.
All right, that's the connection.
It's the facial hair, man. I mean, you've got some facial hair. I think you're crushing it today. I think that's what it's about.
This is what we call the lazy 3-day beard. I've worked very hard on it.
Yeah, have you?
It's definitely a look.
Yeah,
it's definitely a look.
Well, a look it is. I won't say if it's positive or negative, but that was a positive one. That's people at home are going to see sportsmanship. I love that. I want to see you get in the face. I want to see you have fun with it. So I'm all about it.
That's not enough emotes for me. Like the winning the 1v1. You got to have the style thrown like mid rotation, right?
Yep.
You've seen some really really hype clips when you can throw an emote, a dab, a chicken dance, whatever it is.
Is there enough time for concussion grenade, emote, kill?
The T-pose.
Oh, that's mine. That's mine. I'm rocking the T-pose.
That would be the play. I think that's what you got to throw. That's how you incorporate. That's how you take yourself to the next level. Elevate your game.
I mean, that's what I'm always focusing on. I got to keep that in mind. But that's why we get to watch the best of the best do their thing, and we're hitting all the service level stuff. If you want to dive a little bit deeper, esports.realmroyale.com. Get all your favorite players, get all your favorite nonsense, and make sure that you can have as much information as the top dogs.
You've got the map stream as well. Twitch and mixer.com/Realm Royale map. We've got it up. It's a very, very useful tool to kind of watch and follow along the game as it evolves as well. Starts to get a little hectic, I will admit, in squads down the stretch.
Sure.
It becomes less useful when you've got 30 players packed into a 15-minute circle. So it's more fun just to watch the stream at that point, but we will recommend you have this up for the first 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's dope to see where everybody's kind of landing and get an idea for your own games at home, like we were saying. You can download it on Steam, easy peasy, and then play at home and avoid Guntown.
Avoid Guntown in squads. Anyway, we're coming up on the halfway point, guys. This is a 6-round event today. $4 grand goes to the overall lowest score after 6 rounds, but every round in between is going to be doling out $1,000 in cold, hard cash delivered to you in ones by Cooper himself. It's in writing.
My favorite spot, every game, underpass.
Yeah, underpass is pretty sick now, honestly. We don't get to see too many fights there, but I'm always excited because it's doubled, if not tripled in size since its inception.
The caverns.
It's still the most unique forge in the game in the fact that it does not have any VFX that get put out onto the map to indicate that you're forging there. So, you know, it's a nice favorite to have.
And so usually what happens is, so there's 2 entrances to underpass, and it's this underground like lair. Nobody's gonna land there. And usually what happens is you'll win the fight entering the building, and you're golden until you get surprised from the team who entered the other side.
Yeah.
But if you win underpass, you're generally good for a while. So I like to risk it for the biscuit, as our own Pecky says. Just go hard, go in, and make sure that they're able to let them know. Let them know who's boss.
Set the tone.
Yeah, I'm the mayor of underpass. That's what it is.
So it looks like a lot of similar drops. So despite the pressure being put on them, Team 2 still dropping in the same spot. Team 10 and Team 8 are here again, but they have a new competitor. It's Team 13.
Ooh.
Teddy Floyd, Ozymandias. Cuss is in there somewhere.
And Strawberry Fields Forever, who's had some decent performances in our duos. Now, well, that's not his. That's not going to be on his highlight reel. Down he goes, one of the first players killed. 73 left. Book of Ken trying to book it to the right side. Meanwhile, trouble from Team 10.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen much from these guys.
Now
Nick,
they can move in.
They're crushing it.
Bet they've got uneven footing. Hopefully they can take a win over Team 8 this time around. In the previous 2 games, Team 8 4-0'd them on this very spot. So if they can get Mimu up, maybe get him healed, might have something to work with here. But at the moment, Team 10 is not pushing their advantage quite as hard as you would imagine.
Ozymandias on that top floor. That's where the engineer is going to work out well in these castle areas, because you're able to reach the ramparts relatively simply. You and the mage, kind of the only characters that can do that. It's hard to blink and find your way up top.
Wow. Finds the connection there. Teddy Flood scrambling to defend his teammate, but he just meets a similar fate and drops a nice little purple burst for his enemies.
Nice collection there. Curve. Just curving the enemies
What's the
here.
story behind Ozymandias? Isn't he some like Latin American king from like a long time ago? Do you know? I feel like you would know.
I mean, so Ozymandias is, there's a couple of different stories about Ozymandias. I mean, I guess the most recent is probably the Watchmen reference, right? Where Ozymandias is the plan to really change things. I don't remember the original lore. I'll have to ask one of the Smite boys, you know?
I don't think he was a god. I think he was just like some Latin American. I don't know. I'm getting like a history class, like very dull glow in my brain somewhere from some knowledge I picked up.
Well, this is all from the top of my head. Ozymandias, I think it was the title of 2 poems published in 1818 by English Romantic poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, who was born in 1792.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's just from what I can remember.
Yeah, I was way off there then. That's good that you knew that right off the top of your head. It's good info. Proxy Mine goes out and actually picks up a down as well. Very stylish kills here for Team 8 at the crossing. Similar to the underpass, crossing has
nice shot,
quadrupled in size and loot. So a lot of teams fighting over this area now.
I love watching the chicken get concussion bombed because it looks like skeet shooting.
Yeah.
Just like, clear. Boom.
Just with the shotgun. I don't know why I love the shotgun noise in Realm Royale.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
I like the again, I'm going back to the crossbow, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, crossbow's one of my favorite, like, in effects, weapons. It's just so great.
Boys just not with a lot of shards to work with, but the whole economy's been adjusted.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger things that I wanted to mention is that for the past, for a while now, since the last patch, a couple of weeks, shards so hard to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really tough.
120 down from 200 that it used to be, but everything else has come down in price. The armor potions are down in price. Health potions, class weapons, chicken nuggets aren't a thing anymore, so you just have to get, excuse me, they are still a thing here, but you have to get there with the max cap to make your class weapons.
It's still rough, like disenchanting 3 weapons and getting 9 shards.
Yeah.
It's just a feels moment. Well, we've got Team 4 here, cooking up a storm. Team 6 trying to sniff up on here, and you see 4 has sent a scout out, so it's a 3 on. It's going to be a 4 on 3
mission.
Yeah, Bird here with 2 of his teammates, not 3 of his teammates.
Uh-oh. You can just see his dot. You saw his arrow snap right back to the boards and start zooming over.
Oh, look at this. Look at this location. Runner shows up, drops the barricade, throws the molly, and he's just looking to pop some individuals with that revolver. Idiot Mouse on the outside trying to make things happen. Well, from a distance, the other member of Team 4 has the advantage with the slug, but JJD taking it on the face.
I mean, it's got to be Hey to Gray rotating in. He's still unbeknownst to this fight, more or less. His team doesn't have a lot of time left to work with, though. He has to show up soon and make an impact.
Ooh, the impact is going to go on to Hayden Gray. As he falls down, so does Slick. 3 players remaining from Team 6. They've been playing this one rather well as they try to take away the barn from Bird and his crew. And honestly, Nick, I think they're doing it.
Slowly but surely here. It's got to be a turnaround kill. Alternate and Bird. The
What up,
firebomb
dude?
dunks down. A beautiful barricade as well. Runa getting so much value out of his kit. Crouches a shot from Bird and just buys the time necessary. But Alternate connects with the shot before it's all said and done. Alternate fighting valiantly, but
so close.
doesn't have the numbers.
Oh, man, that was close. But close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, folks. And he's going to come up a little bit short.
Tuning in with Team 5 now. No kills on the board. They are controlling the Lost Forge. Team 9 and 11 lurking nearby. Not sure if they're aware of the full context of the situation they're in. Team 11 seems to be pretty unbeknownst to Team 5. Nobody even really looking in that direction.
Yep.
So we'll have to see as 11 has the element of surprise here what they elect to do with it.
9 is out there as well. I love the blind flare. Just see what happens. See who's way out there in the distance.
They buffed the radius of it, so it's pretty huge now.
Yep.
But it still doesn't go that far, and that's why, like, in terms of like that versus sensor drone is still better. Not only because you can throw it farther, but you can just attach it to a wall and get the whole vision of building. But you know,
Also a much better sound.
every situation as well, right? You know, when you're out in the fields on the mountains, flares, you just kind of want a flare. You just want to throw it out there. You don't have anything to stick it to.
Well, there's trouble. Team 14 kind of has the high ground, but there's a couple of different teams sniffing around here. Nugget's going to get a shot. Not sure he's laughing on that one. Meanwhile, Mr. Prank down there on the bottom. Let's be careful of where everybody's winding up.
Not a lot of room to work with here, but a lot of healing to play with. A white slug. He does have his sniper and the golden gloves. You saw how fast that reload of the sniper was there. Finds the angle as well onto a target way down range. And that might just be what turns this fight on its head. Team 14 with a big advantage now, but Team 5 and now Team 11. There was 4 teams fighting on this beach. Very, very hectic.
Oh, and there's Oni Light, actually. Oni Light and I got a chance to play. We were playing at Gamescom together on one of the stages. Realm Royale was there at Gamescom, and me, Oni Light, Vox, and Nitro Luke DX we're trying to squad out. We got second place twice.
Shout out
in a
to you
row.
for remembering that name.
Yeah, man. We got second place twice, believe it or not. And you know who was the best?
Who?
Me, dude.
Absolutely.
Don't ask for the screenshot, but I was the best. So, I mean,
No
just
further
saying.
questions.
Yeah, that's it. But it was pretty dope. Oni Light trying to make it happen here in the real big man tournament, and Lola's gonna wiggle away, ride along with the mage while they're trying to fly. Is always ooh.
I call it the crack rabbit routine. It's kind of the moves you have to make there, because similar to thrust, if you don't really fly fast enough for players to miss you, especially with hit scan weapons,
Right.
you have to just be incredibly unpredictable to avoid taking damage mid-flight.
So you just kind of hit your button and then shake your mouse a lot. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. And hope that you end up going the direction you intended.
Hope.
Hope and pray. Thoughts
Team
and prayers.
14, real comfy right now. 4 players strong, hunting down the green squad. Nuggets is taking a lot of damage, but not as much as Cookie Man as he gets baked up by the plasma launcher.
Couple of kills now in the pockets, 2 to be exact for Team 14, but there is so many teams still here with more entering the fray. Team 12 coming up over the ridge.
Yo, what's your take on the heirloom rifle? A lot of people have not been a fan so much.
Cybe 8 has kind of, for a moment, it was like the flavor of like the week.
Right.
And Cybe 8 continues to be absolutely dominant with it. So it's on a per player business. Like how Chappie is to the crossbow, I sort of attribute the heirloom to Cybe 8.
All right.
There are players that will dominate with it. Obviously, Cybe comes from Paladins. He plays Leon, the character that literally is the heirloom rifle in that game. Maybe that's something to do with it. He plays the warrior as well. I don't know. There's a lot of things, but you know, there are players that can bring that flavor for sure.
Battle on the beach. Team 12 take it on 14 as they push over, and 14 who had a great moment. 14 looked like they were in the driver's seat. They get cut down by 12, and 12 makes it look easy.
3 kills, the first 3 as well. The team that normally puts pressure on our favorites here. Overpowered, and Ruski still alive. Cybe 8 is down, but not out. Overpowered will join them. And they're not going to make it out of here. Unless they get back up and have time to heal, they're not making it out. Cybe 8 down, overpowered, dead to the death fog. Low 1 and Matt Ruski have the healing to make it out of here, but can they cover the distance?
Not too sure here, Nick.
This is rough for them, man. They've done this. They've made this rotation successfully. I don't know. Obviously, Kefri and Ruski is a blatant difference in the team composition, but was he really the glue that held these 4 players together?
I mean, he might be. You know, we were talking before, kind of in jest, but the reality of it is these compositions, player-wise, are so delicate. I mean, you lose one element of the squad, whether even if it's not your shot caller, right? If it's your dedicated flanker, well, now all of a sudden your buddy doesn't know how you aggress, right? If I say I'm charging, but that means I'm going to zigzag and go from spot to spot versus just head on in, my teammate doesn't know that. My teammate's going to react differently versus if I just, you know, all in.
And a execution on the cliffside Highlander. There goes all the loot as well. Big play. Drop down, grab the fireball, soar back up. Damn. Loot range is too big.
Yeah. I would love to see him.
That was like perfect, like comedic timing. I'm just like, no.
Nope. Nope.
I'm not going to do that.
Not going to happen.
Oh, man. So taking a look at my special top secret scoreboard here. Book of Ken's team completely eliminated in 15th place.
Ooh.
So they didn't end up making it out cleanly out of the crossing. They did get 4 kills. They only had an 11-point lead over second, though, Tom.
Right. I
Shift's
remember
team
that.
is still completely in the game, though, and they could run away with it with 29 players still left alive and all 4 teammates already with 3 kills. I see them making a run for first.
Yeah, I mean, it was an 11-point differential between 1 and 2, and then between 2 and 3, it wasn't all that much either.
No.
So this is an opportunity. And as we said, the halfway point after this one, so certainly team's going to be able to come right on back, figure it out. 17, crouched and ready to go. 2 players left on Team 5. 16, 11, and 19 all in the area. 19 by his lonesome, though, it looks like. That could be a problem as the game gets into its late minutes. 13:37 on the clock, and everybody left. There's Elite reference there somewhere.
15 still. Tyler together, the snipe.
Wow! Hot boy in the building.
Boy is quick.
Flicktastic earned his name.
Sheesh, but do you go in there for that? Yeah, they're not going to get credit for the death fog kill either. You have to be pretty quick to have damaged the player when they die to the death fog.
That's rough.
I mean, it's the right play for that unnamed soul that just kind of fades into the black. He saves 2 points from going to those enemies. And again, I don't know.
All right.
That's a tough situation. I don't know how you play that. Do you let him get closer to the fog? Do you give him a false sense of security so you're able to clean that up easier.
I think you just got to cut your losses and let it go, unfortunately.
Chalk it up
man.
as a practice shot.
24 players left, 18 remaining. What's 24 divided by 8? Quick.
3.
All right. Is he right?
Yeah.
He's right.
You're giving me multiples of 8, at least. That was very kind of you.
See? That's I hooked you up.
You basically reworked my mistake from the first problem.
Hey, man. That's what it's all
You
about.
should be a math teacher.
It's no, you know what it is? We're duos. We're playing duos commentary right now.
There it is.
So we got to help each other.
That's right. No kills here for 17. 15 still entirely together. 12 still entirely together. And then a awkward smattering again for T2. What a shot!
Oh, Void's out of control today, folks. Quove, he's getting cut down real quick. Rush, 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 rush. I love to see that. The call to mount up and go on in there before they can potion up. Cut down the pots, cut down the chickens, cut down the lives. 8 teams remaining and 23 players left. Make that 22 as Team 12 cooking up dinner.
What a helpless feeling. You're downrange. You're a mountaintop length below the enemy team. You take the initial shot from the sniper as well, and they just leave recon man shift on the mountaintop the whole while. Make sure that they didn't lose where they came from as well, because they're in control of some pretty damn good positioning as it stands.
Yeah, right now the high ground, one of the more simple tactics in the game. Get up high because you have better vision, you have better shot availability. And Luffy trying to fight over this wall. Might have some shots available, but nothing landed just yet.
Wow, going in for Grego as well. Bixley, pretty aggressive here. Takes a nice chunk out of his armor, though, before he gets behind the rock. Goes into his ice block team, supporting from a long way away. But it's frankly like a 2v4 up here on this mountaintop.
Woo!
Grego gets taken down. Flicktastic, the sniper, is still on point.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the guys that landed the long-range shot once upon a time, now doing the same damn thing. But he's got to deal with Team 12 right above him, and that's how you get on out.
He's playing really wise, right? Not wasting a shot, not giving anything for free here. The second the situation goes south, he is out of there. Shift up and down. This is some F-dot gameplay here.
Oh, that's the late.
Sure.
That is the late game engineer putting the fear inside of the peers, just making it happen, baby. Up, zoom, 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 up, zoom, zoom, zoom. And I hold shift, making the plasma launcher do what it can. Man, I love to see it, bud.
It's all day. And it's a nice flank here. Flicktastic. Will he remain focused? Doesn't have his blink cooldowns. Doesn't have any cooldowns. The circle's coming. He's getting in trouble. He has 2 armor potions. Picks up some golden gloves here. Not a lot to heal with. Don't burn your armor potions here, Flick. Burn your healing potions first. Save those for when you're actually back in the circle.
It was fun watching the I hold shift kind of get punished. Gets hit by the plasma launcher, then the enemy, the other teammate finishes off the chicken. 6 teams left, 15 players. This could be 14 as down goes the chicken egg. Burrito game hunter. Oh, slicing, dicing, everything nice. The sword coming out and making everybody look at Excalibur.
Oni Light pulls out the legendary blade and just goes Highlander on his enemies, cutting them up. My goodness, the Doc would be proud, and now
I'm proud right now,
we're
man. That
all
was
proud.
what's up.
I think that's like one of the first times we've actually seen the legendary sword whipped out late game, baby.
But you know what? That was also like the perfect time for it, because the sword, I don't have to list its downsides, right? But the one upside to the sword is how much damage it does out front, outright, of course. But also the fact that you don't have to reload. And when you're in those scrums where everybody's just, there's 7 dudes around and everybody's shooting in different directions, and you're just sitting there blindly swinging like Count Dooku.
And you can't really miss, right?
Exactly.
Hopefully you're not missing with your sword slashes. Also, the mage is, it's with Soar especially, you can get exactly as close as you need to, right? With a dodge roll, you might overroll, you might jump, heroic leaps a little bit too much when you get close quartered, you might charge past. You get as close as you need to, exactly in the right position with Soar. Granted, Onilight doesn't use it there, but he could have stuck to his target fairly effectively. They end up going down, though. High ground. Team 2 still in this, and I believe it's low 1. Never mind, he just got deleted. He was the last one standing for Team 2, but he gets taken down by Hotek. This is a very wide open ending to this game.
So it's 3 for 17, 3 for 15, and then that guy. Let's go, that
Skeppy.
guy. He's
Skeppy
stuck
time.
between literally 2 teams. Skeppy's doing it.
He got chicken though.
Oh, I didn't even notice he got chicken.
Right as that slug shot went out, my man got sniped there.
Crown
And
Royale.
it's gonna end there, and so open there, not really much to fight around. The big thing there is Shift's team, I think, had an opportunity there to go big, not only claiming the lead but putting themselves out in front by a little bit. They didn't really accomplish that. They fragged out just as hard as the leaders did, 4 kills apiece. They only finished 7th place.
That's going to be a little bit rough. Of course, looking at the overall standings, which we'll do in a moment, that's really what we want to see. But, wow. Well, nobody's even close to -29. Luffy's going to take home the G for round number 3.
And I mean, the question is, where were they before? I mean, they kind of blazed a path onto these leaderboards at this point. We had a couple people around the 50 pack. And they're going to jump themselves up to -2.
Oh, we got a game,
overall.
folks. We got a game.
Separated, right, 3 points. So we go from an 11-point lead to a 3-point lead at this stage of the game. And getting even closer. Well, look at that. Between like 3rd place through 8th place is like 42, 42, 43, 43, and like 50 for 8th place. So it's very, very tightly spread between 3rd and 8th as well.
Yeah, shout outs to Aspect, Rep and Splice over there. Cool organization coming in and out of some of the scenes that we have around here. But round 3, halfway through, players getting acclimated, warmed up a little bit, and we're seeing a lot more action, I think, than we have in the previous rounds.
Yep, a lot of fighting going on down here as Alternate Bird, FPS Reps, and Slick try and find some success. Who could forget the execution on the cliff here? But it's all about the pressure. I feel like I'm waiting for this low one overpowered Ruski Cybe 8 team to find their moment to pop off here. It's really surprising. They've had a bad game here and there in the past 2 weeks, but never 3 in a row like this. I mean, last week, the final game, because they were getting a little like hyper aggressive, they ended up still winning the lobby in total. They just didn't win the game. That would have been all 6 rounds in a row that they won. They won almost every game.
Here comes. Taste my blade.
Yeah, taste of my blade.
Just going for it, man. I'm all about it. Yeah, dog. That's the style point.
I love the moment when like we just connect on some like Warcraft 3 reference from like 15, 16 years ago. That's like, I was like 9 the first time I heard that. I never expect to hear that line again, and then you just hit him with it.
We're going to talk about old video game references. We'll be right back with some more Realm Royale. Welcome back to Realm Royale, folks. Tom here, Nick there, Realm right here. And as we get into it, I want to mention something about the Battle Pass.
What's that?
You know how it says Jurassic?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, it would be the Cretaceous period with all those creatures.
A wealth of knowledge. Ozymandias on lock. Cretaceous, Jurassic periods. Don't even bother. F-Dot's got you covered.
Welcome to the educational stream. If you want
math problems involving multiples of 8.
Yeah, only multiples of 8. Should I mix it up a little bit?
It's on lockdown.
What's 7 times 6?
I'm good. 42.
Your answer was nah, dog. I would love to see you in math class. It's like, so Nick, would you like to recite the times tables? Nope.
I was always kind of bad at like on the spot, like math problems and stuff.
Yeah.
I did major in finance, which is kind of mathy, but it's more like contextual math, like read a super boring bond statement and figure out like what the numbers are coming from.
I'm not letting you handle my money. That's for sure. If you want to pay for lunch, I'm down. But right now, Team 3, Team 7, Team 17 trying to figure out who's paying for lunch as they're all around this one area. 17 seems to have the high ground, but Team 19 also making themselves known while one just hides on inside.
We haven't actually seen many people been fighting around this forge at this point in the game. This is round 4 of 6 sensor drones.
Nice.
Giving some really good vision at this stage of the game. Vision can be very, very useful if used correctly. Team 19 versus Team 1 squaring off here. First kill gonna drop the way of 1.
Plays with a beautiful flank right there, making sure nobody was able to see him. Just cuts down one chicken. Leaves 19, a teammate down. It looks like Team 1's chicken will wiggle back on in. Should be safe, but plays get shot on the back end.
See, they have players down, but they're all pretty low as well, and it's like kind of iffy whether or not they want to push this, but you only have 20 seconds nowadays, so you have to make a decision quickly. Plays goes down later. I don't think he was down the whole time, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, he got cut down on the backside,
yeah.
but everybody should just be coming right back up,
Yeah.
and they will be.
Everyone's up and involved again for Team 1, but they're not going to be super healthy. Oh god, another sword is being drawn here. Petty Boss just barely makes it inside of the forge.
Yeah, one of the few characters that can jump on through those windows. Gotta watch out for that one. Keep an eye on that. Petty Boss!
What a shot!
Yeah, wonderful right there with just a shot of his namesake, man. Right through the window. Beautiful play.
Now he will rejoin Skeppy. Skeppy looking pretty healthy, excuse me, at this stage of the fight. Plays pinned down behind a tree. A fireball is going to come ripping out of the forge to try and help him out, provide some pressure. Wonderful, doing everything he can despite being about 10% HP. Plays, gets back up, breaks line of sight behind a rock.
Yeah, a lot of the
Skeppy, wonderful, get double killed by a sword.
Oh, the sword!
I need a replay of that. How the hell did that happen?
Petty Boss just making the big plays with the white sword, man. Oh man,
He's just a snake in the grass, man. You can't hear him coming. You can't see him coming. Before you know it, it's too late.
just cutting him down samurai style, man. Out there in the wasteland. Team 8 trying to deal versus looks like Team 13. Teddy Flood flies up to the high, jumps down to the low, tries to run away from Book of Ken, who has been so successful today.
They will continue to be still all 4 people left alive. Shotgun connects. A gold shotgun, nonetheless. What a draw early game for Book of Ken to work with. Shotgun, incredibly effective if you can get about that close, but he does, and so he is.
Yeah, definitely a niche item. Over here, one of the forges being fought over. Gooch Mob trying to make it happen with the turret. Gotta watch out. Mikey showing up over the wall.
That's never a statement that ends well. Trying to make it happen with the turret. I don't like it for Gooch Mob. Nice dink there from Aspect. One more shot connecting would have done it, but he's unable to find it. Around the bend he goes. Looks for the kill. Aspect just a dog off the leash when it comes to fragging out Mikey.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dr. 7 on the outside. Aspect on the inside. Hype Karma cutting down a couple of different players. And it looks like team number 9 has wrestled control of this area. You can see 18 outside, but I think 9 are in control, or 16, excuse me. I think 9 are in control here.
Look at the kit for Insa, man. He's got the healing. He's got the crossbow. He's got the purple leap, the abilities to boot. Karma connects with a green fireball. That's good for a little bit of damage here, but he's looking for a little bit more. Everyone's so healthy and having armor at this stage of the game. It's just a rough shake, I think, for 16. They don't have any of that to work with.
Yeah, and 2 players down. Like we said, turret not going to be the best option there. Onilight already down. The Swordmaster himself gets shut down by Overpowered. As the favorites are here, they're showing up. Low one, just making it rain on the inside.
Wow. That's a really good firebomb as
Nice
well, but that's
shot.
a better plasma launcher. It hits so hard for 5 minutes into the game when not a lot of players have armor to work with. Team 2, they go for a completely different spot. F-Dot, they lose Side 8 in the process. Low one just does not have the firepower to fight this.
Oh, and the AoE damage takes out not 1 but 2 players.
That's so
Puts
sexy.
them into the chickens. And Baggins just coming out on top, man.
That's just an issue of not enough firepower. Straight up for Team 2. I mean, when you got a guy bum rushing you with a plasma launcher and 2-for-1ing you, what do you do? How do you play around that, man? Rough stuff there for Team 2. They take another early spill.
Great to see Baggins, though, doing well. Another guy I got to meet at Gamescom last week. Had a lot of fun on the stage, playing all the Realm and everything. So cool to meet these players sort of, you know, face-to-face after seeing them play online for so long and then watching them succeed. I mean, that's always the best part. Watching your friends actually do the thing.
Absolutely. 3 kills here for Team 19, but they have lost a soldier. 8 a little bit to the north, 18 a little bit to the west.
What kind of soldier?
Up on the hill. A winter soldier.
Yeah, I was gonna go for like a buffalo soldier.
A buffalo soldier?
Yeah. I mean, right here, this could
Extrapolate. What is a buffalo soldier?
I mean, it's the classic song. Are you Buffalo Soldier? Oh my goodness. We need to.
I was born in 1993. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
No, it's like a modern American classic. It's like saying you don't know Old MacDonald.
Oh, all right.
Except Buffalo Soldier was a classic reggae
Man.
song.
Classic reggae song?
Yeah. I think the Whalers did it, actually. We'll get you up to speed, don't worry.
Hopefully.
Bixley getting shot from the right-hand side. It's Luffy. Uh-oh. It's
What a
little
slogan.
bit of...
you going to charge him for that one?
Which one?
It's Luffy. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'll charge him for that one. Look at this. Shooting from the outside of the fog. Flicktastic going to go down.
Oh, no.
He had a great game last time, but this time Slick just finds him, puts him down.
And he was a part of that squad that took home 1K. Slick gets a little charity sniper out there in the field. Green slug, some shards. He's going to clean the rest of this up. Early game enough circle to where they're not worried about the damage. But Bixley is not willing to let him go without a fight. This is kind of a funny little strat. I don't know if Slick's looking to fight this. I don't know what Bixley's endgame plan is here. Team 4 doesn't want to take too much more damage from the fog, though, so they need to make the decision.
Yeah, I think the end game, Nick, is to stay alive but kill the other person.
Ah.
I think that's the ultimate game plan there.
I'm so glad I have you here.
Hey, man, that's why they got me here.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, huh?
Yeah, that hard-hitting analysis. Synergy. Look at this. All by himself. Turns the corner. Shoots him in the dome. Rushes on back. No fear in the world for the Warrior player. Now his teammates are going to come in and just bam. Zan gets cut down by the golden shotgun. Beautiful play by Synergy. Not a care in the world for this guy whatsoever.
A couple of players going to work with that gold shotgun this game. It's good to see. And, you know, with the right class, with, you know, mages, warriors, guys that get up close and can really control the distance between them and their target, it can be such an effective weapon because, like the sword, it's just not that hard to connect with.
Yeah, it's up close and personal. The downside is
it's a high percentage shot.
Just like the sword. I mean, if you're a car length away, you're missing.
Yep.
So you got to be real up close and personal.
Team 5 coming up very healthy, but no, or excuse me, only 2 kills to their name. Plenty of armor for all of them. Kevaflash starting to take some poke. The assassin most likely to take poke just because they come up over the hill, scoped in, moving the slowest, so they make themselves kind of the easiest targets. So you got to know where you're looking. At this range, though, even if you hit that headshot, I don't know how you're planning on following that up.
And I mean, usually that's the benefit of playing with the squad, right? I mean, in real life, right, with military and all that, snipers are never alone. They always have one guy as the spotter, right? So you're just sitting there in your ghillie suit forever, and then one guy's letting you know about your surroundings. That's what's happening here in squads, is that your teammates have to sort of let you know what's going on, because this is what's happening while you're scoped up. Just team fights around you. Luffy's down to the chicken, but Dolphin doesn't want to mess with that. He's going to play it a little bit safer.
Team 14 coming up over the hill, looking for the pinch. Still only 2 kills for Team 9 with only 2 players left alive. Mr. Pinchy. Trying to live up to his namesake here, but in some gold boots. He's got the mount speed. He's just looking to blaze his way out of trouble's way.
Zooming.
Completely flanking Team 5. I don't know if they're looking to re-engage on Team 5 after having lost so much in that prior engagement, but they do know roughly where Team 5 is. Obviously, they're moving and shuffling around a little bit.
But they don't know that Team 4 is fully equipped, locked, stocked, ready to go. Team 15, well, one guy 15 gonna have a bad day.
I mean, look at the map stream right now. It's like,
oh, that hurts.
Half the lobby is like on that southern border of the circle. And the other half is taking up the other 80% of the circle here. So a lot of people in this fungal forest area. And this could be a pretty sparse late game here if these guys end up fragging each other out. Legendary blast shot there.
Ooh.
And my man still doesn't go for it.
Yeah, a lot of Hunter. I mean, when it comes down to it, Blast Shot, there are other options that are utility. Blast Shot's just pure damage, right?
Yeah, Flare's very useful in squads, especially because, you know, like we were saying, if you lose a teammate or something, it's hard to take fights at that point because you don't know how many people are going to be around that corner, right?
Yeah.
Flare answers that question.
And when it comes down to the damage abilities, I mean, I like the Firebomb on the Engineer because it forces players out of a position. But if it's just straight damage, there's more firepower on your squad, but everybody still has the same amount of HP. So you don't really need the extra damage when it comes from those abilities. You're just looking to land your shots, play it safe, and work as a team unit.
Team 4. Probably the only still full squad here, unless Team 5 is still as 4 as well. They're just stacked all on top of each other. It looks like 3. I'm not really sure. Team 14 looks like a full squad as well. So this is going to get chaotic here. 46 seconds before this circle moves. And this lobby of still 43 players is going to get really up close and personal as we head towards the 13-minute mark.
Nuggets getting pinched to the team up top and a team down bottom. Meanwhile, 19 is the squad that's up top. Petty Boss, who had a great game last time around. And a good early game here, actually. Trying to keep his momentum going and get his squad into at least the top 10.
Alexi, Furyk, Petty Boss, Desert UK. 3 kills for them. So 6 points shaved off of whatever score they manage to attain for themselves here. Mimi with a fire plasma launcher as well. You're starting to see more and more of these class ones. I don't know why it is, but in squads, there are so many more class weapons than we saw in duos and solos.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because players are a little bit safer with their unit, so you kind of own a forge.
Any fight that you take to, you're going to get 4 kills instead of 2, so maybe there's just more shards to go around, but it's
probably
splitting them between 4 teammates. I mean, you still get your...
You're funneling,
You still get your put the player down bonus shards. Actually, no, I don't think you actually get that anymore.
Nope. No longer the case right now. The lightning sniper rifle going to come in clutch for Mr. Frank. Trouble as FPS Rev's going to fall down as well. 11 teams remaining as Bird goes down and his team is gone.
Keva Flash now climbing up the hill. 6 kills to their name. Zafihi already down. The sniper is pinning JJD to this tree.
Oh.
Gosh, they know he's there. They connect with the fireball as well. JJD starting to burn cooldowns to get himself out. He's put down and then put out quickly by the sniper and the slug rifle. Shift picking up a couple of kills as well. Chappie getting involved in the fray with a plasma launcher and a purple slug.
Game Hunter in some trouble. He's going to be outside the fog, trying to play it safe as a chicken. Meanwhile, 12 is very, very comfortable. Trying to deal with Team 19 who's on the outside looking in.
Baby,
Shift walks right up, jumps up, puts him down. That's one so far. He gets chickened, but his teammates, can they help him out?
I almost don't care. I don't like that you die. I don't mind if you go down there. Getting game ended sucks there, but that play from Shift, that is just plasma launcher incarnate right there. That is the situation it was designed for.
And he took the bull by the horns and wrestled it right back into the rodeo. Great job right there. He does fall down, but his teammates, 3 players strong, can they deal with lucky Team 7? That's the question. Ooh. Nice flank from Void. Beautiful shots, but he's not getting anybody down. There it is. Beautiful wall for the mage player. And again, Void has to find the rush.
Honestly, he may have just saved them. Team 7 there had all 4 players alive. They had the right shoulder to peek as well. As you can see, Heavenly is really struggling without the right shoulder to win this fight. Void may have just bailed them out here. As long as they can be effective in fighting in this house, they've evened the score now. 1 player down for each team.
Alps on the outside, jumps out. Here comes the Bakarang, and there it goes! Void redeems himself, takes down Miles, but he's in trouble. Has to wiggle on out.
Have the prox mine, have the firebomb, have a couple of utility tools, splash damage sources, things that can work around line of sight. 2v2 now between Team 12 Not for much longer, though. Grego's going to be up in 1 second. Can he break line of sight? He can. He's got Shielding Potion and Healing Potion. With all of that sustain and the right shoulder, how does Team 12 lose this fight?
I mean, there are a couple of options. Anonymous is a strong player, but he's getting... Oh, where'd he go? He's inside the chest, knocked up. Crouch is good. And the chicken.
He almost choked that.
He did.
He almost choked that there. Last player left alive for Team 7. They go down mid-flight. What's got you tickled, Tom? 15 players left up. A lot of kills for Book of Ken's squad here. 8 in total, but they do lose 6 earlier on. They've got their sniper. They've got what they need to go on and continue. Remember, this is only a 3-point lead at this stage of the game, so Book of Ken and his team is looking to put themselves back in a comfortable spot out in front, as well as remember $1,000 on the line every single round.
Is Monsoon alive?
Yes.
He had 1 HP. Needed to heal up right there, and he's popping those potions right now. Harold trying to make it happen with the engineer kit. The call has been made. Push, but he gets poppy bombed up. Got to watch out for that one. Oh, shot out of the sky. Pat caps patted down by Monsoon.
Now the sniper working its way around, looking for the angles here. But rotations are met with counter rotations, and nobody in line of sight of Monsoon yet. He's getting very aggressive. Lands a nice shot as he concussion bombs himself around. Chappie draws the throwing axe, but decides he doesn't really want the fight. Both of those shots will miss for Monsoon, and Chappie out of the frying pan and into the fryer, into a gold shotgun more specifically. He's taken down almost immediately.
Team 12 right now, I think, is our favorite, especially as Mimu falls down. 10 players remaining, 5 teams remaining. What's 10 divided by 5?
2.
Most teams have those 2 players. But it's Team 12 with 3 players.
2, 4, 9 kills here for Team 12.
So how are these teams, are they just going to play it safe?
Well, we've got 3, and then Team 11, they were so stacked on top of each other, it's hard to get a read on how many players that they have left exactly.
Sure.
But it's Team 12 versus Team 3 at this point for the $1,000.
Right.
Team 12 much closer to the overall lead than anyone else still left in the running, and with how many kills that they've got, they're in a good spot to take not only the $1,000 for this round, but to put themselves in first place overall. Void's got to hit some big snipes. Book of Ken goes down. That's
huge.
Very, very confident to see.
Well, Team 3 now, balls in their court, I think. Team 12 here as well as Grego gets chickoed. And this team's got to watch out for him. The eggs popping around. Monsoon falls down. Void working out. Grego should be alive in about 10 seconds. I think he can stretch this one out.
Insom just below Void. They just have the high ground here, man. I don't see a way that Team 12 chokes this in any way. I think they can not only win this game, but bring a lot of kills with them. Buddha is able to steal one away onto Insom.
Nice.
But Team 12 will wrap up Game Hunter.
So there's one person out there that's not on Team 12. It's team number 3. It's Buddha. Can he do it? He's got the bow. The answer is no.
I don't mind that play either. I think you have maybe just kind of go all in on one guy because you have him isolated. That's really your only chance of making something happen there. And I believe Buddha was actually out of lives there. He didn't go into chicken form. He just exploded on deaths. You only have 3 down but not out phases in Realm Royale, and looks like he played all 3 of his cards earlier.
Yeah, nice play there coming out. And we do have a lead change, at least in round 4. We've got the -25. That's going to be I-Hold Shift and his squad taking home the big bucks. 1,000 for him here in round number 4 of 6.
But I think you're right. Overall, this was only a 3-point difference between his team and Book of Ken's team. Shift is shaving 10 more points, so they should be in the lead by about 7 if my math is right there.
Ooh, I don't know.
Low one and the boys are going to be continuing to struggle there.
The redemption for
Yeah.
Nick Pretty Hair right here. He gets his math on point. I hold shift is going to hold first place right now. Book of Ken is going to be reading down there chapter 2. And Buddha making his rise to enlightenment in third place.
So I can't remember if that was their first time claiming the $1,000 per round prize, but they've already got 1,000 in pocket. They're in position now without any major blunders to grab another 4K at the end of the day. Incredible stuff there, and that's 1,000 players per or $1,000 per head as we move through the last 2 rounds of this event.
Got to keep an eye on where all these players are landing and how they're getting ready for the last 2 rounds. And here was some of the early game stuff. Petty Boss getting shot out with some good shots, and then Book of Ken. I liked this one, just quick and dirty.
Yeah. Never got to see how that 2v1 with the sword happened though. That was really that was the big question mark, and that was for the first time seeing that overpowered Ruski low 1 Cybate, seeing that squad go somewhere else than Goblin Culture. And how can you blame them, right? When you get left in the dust 3 rounds in a row at your spot, the only place that you've ever known or called home. And I was just grabbing for straws at this point. It's 4 rounds that they have just not found any traction.
Yeah, you got to change things up, man. I mean, that's this. What do they say? The doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's insanity.
Definition of insanity, yeah.
Gotta change things up a little bit. Oh, and this was the treasure chest that almost happened. Homie hiding in the box, trying to surprise him, and Void said, "Nah, dog.
Not today." Last couple of kills here. Clean up for Team 12. They had so many frags by the end of it. They put themselves not only in the lead, but grab 1,000 on that round. 2 rounds left to play. Rounds 5 and 6 will be coming at you shortly. And we're maintaining a pretty close lead. This was not the story last week. We've never had a squad tournament really be this close.
Yeah, it's really exciting watching the team sort of jockey for position. Book of Ken and Shift. I don't know who's taking home the money.
Yeah,
no clue. Really. And usually by this time, it's battle for the bottom.
Starting to get clearer, yeah.
Yeah, the figure out of each round, but now, I mean, it's anybody's game. Everything very close. 7 points separate 1 and 2, so you got to keep an eye on that and see where everybody's going to land.
So, and with 2 points on the line, it's basically 1 squad wipe, right?
Oh,
if you're going to kill 4 people, you're shaving 8 points. You're shaving that lead away right then and there. So these teams, every time they see each other in the kill feed, they're knowing that they're basically trading hands here. And that's why it's kind of important to pay attention to the kill feed as a player as you move on and through the game, because, like, if you see the team in front of you go down, kind of take a deep breath, right? It relieves a lot of pressure. You're like, all right, as long as we don't scuff this, we can put ourselves in a really good spot.
Yeah, it's all about the big picture and kind of keeping that in mind, because that's the interesting thing when you're playing competitively, right? When you're playing at home, you just one prize, get to the end. But here with the competitive, when you're in these tournaments, it's the round, but also the big picture. So you're sitting there like, oh, that guy died, but who was that guy? Do I have to play aggressive? If I take care of Bird, I'm going to get more aggressive because his team's been rather successful. If it's somebody on the lower end of things, I can take my time.
Yeah.
We'll see how things work as we get into round 5.
Coming down to the wire here on a Wednesday. 10,000 total up in prize cash here. 1,000 per round over 6 rounds, and 4,000 for the grand winner at the end of the day. We'll have to see where the plane has been going and where our leaders will be dropping. Goblin Gulch has been a more contested area of the map today than ever before, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's where our squad winners have dropped for the last 2 weeks.
Go to Underpass.
Does anyone go to Underpass?
Nobody has been at Underpass for the past 2 rounds. And wondering where this is going to go. Is G Dolphin going to go? Is Team 9 going to go to Underpass?
No, they're going way over.
No, they're going to Underpass. Oh, they're not going to Underpass.
Nobody, man.
Man,
nobody even in like that sector of the map.
For real.
Granted, it's a massive mountain that takes up a lot of the map, so if you're not going there, you're not going anywhere near there. White SMG gameplay coming at you. Welcome back to another live commentary.
Oh, but look, the orange sword! The orange sword! Go for it, Greg! Take it out! Take it out! Take it out! Oh, he's just gonna crossbow it, which I still have no complaints about. But he has the legendary sword. I want to see him frostborn somebody down, dude. I want to see it happen.
Please. Speaking of no troll, I'm thinking about dropping about $300 on a model Frostmourne for my birthday this year for myself.
Really?
I don't buy a lot of stupid stuff, but this year I just like want to buy something that's stupid.
I feel that.
I know.
I feel that. I would go for the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII. It's like the size of a human.
Is that the one that Cloud uses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Final Fantasy guy, but I know that one.
You got it.
That's what he plays with in Smash.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to know that one. It's gigantic. I mean, that one, Excalibur, right? Excalibur. You can go for Excalibur.
Home defense, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Imagine that headline. Local gamer defends home with the Buster. or with Frostmourne.
With Frostmourne, and then you slowly become a terrible individual. Just sucking the life out of you right now. Like, Team 7's getting the life squeezed out of him. Strawberry Fields for now. He's going to go down. Somebody's got to read a poem for Ozymandias. As it looks like team number 7 ain't so lucky as, oh, is that poetic or what? Lucky number 7 gets invaded, destroyed, and degraded by 13.
Somebody's going in with the legendary slug as well. Will be Teddy Flood. That's so much upfront burst damage with a fireball to boot. Why would you elect to hold there, my man?
Why is he outside, dude? Go inside.
Go inside.
Go
brother.
inside.
Come on, bruh.
Like, enjoying the view? Dog, it's 2 minutes in. Everybody is here. I guess he didn't anticipate team number 19 being so close. But they're here. They're 4 men strong. They're ready to fight. They're walking right into the forge. No hesitation. Straight devastation. And Cuss looks like he's in some trouble. Strawberry Fields already chickened up. Gotta watch out for Teddy Flood and his legendary Sluggo.
That's really, honestly, with Cuss going down, this is 2v4 now. These players are all armored up. They don't look interested in taking this fight, but if they're forced to, that slug is the only thing that's going to turn this one around. Alternate goes down as well. The kill feed, paying attention there. Teddy Flood looks like he may just be giving up the goods.
Ooh, he falls down. Alexi picks it up.
Yep.
Gets the legendary slug. Nice look. This is a really quick one as well. Already down for 63.
Bird rolls away, half health, Slick. Not on cooldown, but he's hiding behind a chest. Bird and his squad, frankly, not a ton of success today either. But honestly, Trinity Hills is the most dice roll POI in my opinion. I mean, no one consistently comes out of here on top.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough. Uh-oh. Harold getting shot from all different directions. And he's going to need a helicopter to get on out of here. But Buddha, excuse me, one of the late players in last round. He's going to get in trouble. Wild card falling down for the count as Monsoon washes on over there. Man, like I said, this is a lot of action early on.
Yeah.
We're already down to 17 teams.
Yeah, I think 60-some players. And remembering last game, we had 40, 45-ish going into like 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this is happening pretty quickly here. And, you know, later in the rounds, you've got teams who are just trying to frag out, so they're going where they know high-profile teams are going to be. You've got other teams that, like Low One and Civ 8 today, have been losing consistently and are constantly just moving to different POIs that they're going to drop at, which will then, you know, front-load some of those kills and make certain areas hotter. Like Trinity Hills, there was, I think, 4 teams in total there. And this is like, Trinity is like no one's spot. I feel like this is like the home for Misfits. No one like goes here every game if they can help it.
The land of Misfits toys.
Yeah.
Nobody really claiming this spot. Autumn Fields, like we said, kind of belongs to Kefri and Bird down there on the south side. We got a couple of other places. Underpass is, there's a legendary player
Still
named
up for
F.
grabs.
The legendary player named F. out there that loves to play at the Underpass.
You can catch him at the Ancient Forge, crafting some of the strongest items in the game.
Oh, yeah, got to watch out for that one. Standing, doing just that. Standing. Meanwhile, Team 10 in some trouble. Going to be cut down nice and easy. Man.
Dust starting to settle here around. This is right around the border of the first circle.
And plays, where are these shots even coming from?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, so 14's up on the hill, right? It's got to be 14 that's just making it rain.
Got
It's
one guy
Cookie
from
Man.
Team 1 as well. Cookie Man picks up 2 with his green slug rifle. Near the underpass, they're toying with the idea.
Oh, do it!
They are toying with the idea. They might be able to head in there. A lot of nice pieces of loot there. Legendary healing potion.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
There's a charge there, but legendary heirloom, green slug already online, green charge, green leap for Insom. In terms of a well-rounded kit at 6 minutes, this is really about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this.
Heading up towards Cold Mist and Valley. Nobody at those forges anymore. They just want to fight so they can play around with some of the shards that they've disenchanted on the field. Herald! That feels like it had to have been a headshot there.
He has no idea where he was shot from. 15 have the forge placement. They're right there waiting for people to start to trickle in. And Harold learns the hard way that he's got to watch out for the heavy artillery.
These engineers, they just feel like they can float forever sometimes. It's crazy.
It's fun, man.
It's funny, like, when you split something up into a charge system, you're effectively just giving it an incredible amount of CDR and overall uptime. The purple helmet going to drop there. A little bit of longbow gameplay almost gracing us. Flicktastic trying to charge that down. But by the time you get there, it's tough to know, like, where the hell did he actually even run off to? It could have gone so many different directions, especially in the bamboo forest near Jade. Plenty of avenues of escape.
Yeah, you can get lost up there.
And we're actually seeing players, you can get on top of them.
Oh, Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, a couple players are actually, like, definitely using that as a legitimate strategy, and it's a really good hiding place. People know you can get up there, but it's like, I don't have time to check every treetop.
Nobody looks
I
up.
don't have time for this.
And then all of a sudden, Cranky Kong just drops down and just hoo-ha's you back to base.
What a verb. That's choice.
That's the Smash 4 guy in me. The old hoo-ha.
Book of Ken picking one up on a slow and agonizing death fog. Picking up a lonely, unnamed chicken out there in the wild as well. Team 2 looks like they have at least 3, looks like all 4 actually making it out for once in their life.
Meanwhile, Team 15 has some of the best positioning. They're down there in Sentinel Hole just waiting for the circle to come. 9, 8, and whoever 19 may be by themselves in a little bit of a precarious situation.
And I mean, Ken's team, Ken goes down. This is second place. Synergy is the last member alive from the second place squad. I don't think they had a lot of kills. It had to be less than 5 if they had any at all.
Yep.
And they take a 14th place seat. So, wow, Shift's team is going to be that much further out in front.
So, number 9 right now, 4 players strong. And they're just blindly running around, making sure there's nobody behind them because they know that the fog is behind them. So they want to make sure that they're the last players pushing out of this region. And once they get confirmation there, then they can kind of walk up a little bit more comfortably without worrying about who's on their 6.
Players coming in on said 6 for the time being. This circle getting ready to move. But this is going to be interesting on what side of the river this circle ends up going to. You have to imagine it's going to end up somewhere near Sentinel Hold. And we've seen actually the last time we saw a circle this close, Team 2, they go straight to the forge, and there's like these tiny ledges up on like the crown molding of that cathedral that they all just got on. They were just like gargoyles.
Like gargoyle, yeah.
They're just sitting there waiting, and they ended up winning the game. They kill like 10 of like the top 15 players and go from no kills to 10 kills in the game win. So maybe they run that strategy back.
Hey, man, it worked. I'd do it again. That's one of my favorite parts on the map, by the way, the waterfall.
Yeah.
The hidden area. We got some players in the hidden area, actually. Yeah, for you guys to take home to your gameplay, that behind that waterfall, there's a whole slew of chests.
Yeah.
Really a lot of loot over there. So you want to get there, and you can hide there as well if you're a little lonely.
Runa playing in the treetops here with the plasma launcher as well as the engineer's
What a
thrust.
mess.
What a combination. And the engineer just thriving in the mess of it all because he's got the splash damage. He's got the verticality. There's nowhere that Runa can't be.
Yeah, I mean, look at what Runa does. Just like, what's accuracy, bro? Just jumps up in the sky, shoots a couple of thumpers down, throws down the molly, and he just goes, all right, what's up? But as soon as he shows his face in open light, Dolphin takes him down. Ouch.
I was at the overall assumption that Runa was winning that fight.
He was winning.
He got
that
some
fight.
kills, but his team all died.
Yeah.
In the crossfire.
Runa was winning that fight.
Runa was winning that fight.
His team, that's a different story.
Necessary expenditures of war.
There it is.
Twitch.tv/idiotmouse.
Yeah.
At least being honest with himself.
Hey, man. Gotta know what you represent. Gotta know your brand.
The best policy here. Kills racking up. 1, 2, 7, 9 kills for Team 9. Make it 10. As they continue to climb, they're shaving 20 points off of whatever placement score they get. They're squaring off against Team 2, one of the most dangerous teams still in this lobby.
And they have 4 players.
They do. For the first time today, they have 4 players.
And now they find themselves in the top 10 group of teams. Look at that. They've got 4 players and they're able to bang around. Who would have guessed it?
1 kill to their name so far. Decent loot. Definitely not too worried about what they've got in terms of firepower here. They've got what they need to win this fight. It's about confidence at this point because they've just been really, really destroyed at every turn today. So Cybate still playing like himself. One of the most aggressive players and one of the most consistent warrior players still in the game.
Willing to go out there and take the fight, but as soon as he gets hit by the flank, he's like, all right, I'm out. Too much. I've had too much. Gotta go home. Rejoins with the rest of his squad, which is the right move. Like we keep talking about, the team that has, you want to have the most players. You want to have 4 players on your team. 26 players remaining, 8 teams. What's 26 divided by 8?
I don't think it divides evenly by 8.
I wanted a point.
It's 3.2.
Oh, wow.
I think.
I'm going to need a calculator check.
3.25.
Tweet it at me at f.ny if you have the answer of 26 divided by 8 so we can see if it's 3.25.
Oh, he pulls the legendary wall and the stone spear. Fire stone spear. Not bad. Honestly, you're not super mad at any of the enchantments you get on those class weapons.
Of course not.
But Frost definitely feels good.
Yeah, Frost is going to give you the slowdown. Fire is going to give you the extra damage by way of a dot. Lightning is actually interesting. It gives you the vision.
Yeah.
Which is really important.
And it's unique in the fact that it's the only source of team-wide vision, right?
Yep.
Sensor drone only reveals to the assassin. Flare only reveals to the hunter. A lightning enchant on a class weapon reveals to your entire squad.
And that's really useful, especially, I find it the most useful in the early and the late stages of the game. Mid-game, everybody's kind of just like out there shooting, trying to get frags. Late game, players are doing this. They're hiding inside, but look at this. Bixley getting invaded. The enemy team on their way in, trying to deal with number 15.
Ooh.
Karma on the outside, Karma on the inside.
A lot of kills going a lot of different ways right now. We'll assess the damage once the dust has settled. 7 kills for this Team 15. 6 of them on Luffy. It's got to have something to do with that plasma launcher.
Yep, I'd say so. Plasma launcher certainly has been a good look for him and his squad. Meanwhile, Enta bringing out the bow, something close to your heart.
Hey. I haven't actually seen anyone like land an arrow today. I've seen a couple people dare to draw, but no one connecting.
Well, when it lands, it's cool. Are you going to go nuts?
This is a hell of a loadout here. So if anyone's going to do some damage with it, it's him. He's got his purple withdraw, purple roll, and a legendary flare, I think I saw. So all the tools, really. No excuses at this point.
Nope. No excuses whatsoever. Has to just go out there and earn the victory.
Insom's got his legendary heirloom. The firepower for Team 2, and they are getting close. Catches the funny bone of that poor soul. Bixley trying to reconvene with his team. Ruski debating on whether or not he wants to push. But you just know. There are people in the towers. There's people on the ramparts. There's people on the balconies. It's like, how do you decide when it's time to push someone? And no one from Team 2 will split off, and it looks like Operation Gargoyle is in effect.
Sentinel Hold, one of my favorite places on the map from the get-go.
Yeah.
From way back when I first started playing.
Just an engineer straight out of Sentinel.
Yo, man, straight up. I've affectionately called it Stormwind But the engineer works out really well here because of the verticality. You can pop up with the thrust, find your way on the top parts, and just rain down, right? There's so many, all these little spires, there's so many spots to hide at. This is such an exciting part of the map for the game to end at, because I think that there's enough places to hide, but enough entrances to those places that you could really force players out.
God. They need the barricade. They need some assistance here. Overpowered and Cybe 8 just get absolutely lasered by the what sounded like 4 burst rifles from Team 12. Now I think one of the only teams still complete as 4 players. One of those burst rifles was gold. One of them was purple, and one of them was green.
Well, all of them hurt. Watch out for that one. Greg Owen, number 12. Certainly in a good position so far. They are our match leaders.
Yeah.
So got to watch out for them. Certainly what everybody's looking at as far as trying to take the victory.
Not a ton of kills, but whether or not they saw it, Book of Ken's team has been completely wiped out of the game. It's hard when they go down very staggered. It's hard to keep track of like how many were left and yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
But they know, you know, they're just placing better and better at this point. There's still 16 players left alive, 12 of them potential kills for this squad. So play it slow, play it smart. You have no pressure on you.
Team 12. They know that Enta's on. They don't know that Enta's on the ground there in the building. Team 12 know about team number 2, and I think they know about team number 5. But Enta, right there in the middle, just huddling up inside one of these houses, just hanging.
Ooh. Longbow arrow coming up over this angle. Grego's going to take a shot from Madruski's sniper. And at this point, Enta, with his longbow, can look to just try and poach somebody's last hits, right? Because the bow can one-shot these chickens.
Right.
The legendary slug can one-shot these chickens. Snipers, class weapons, basically can one-shot all the chickens. So as the solo dolo... Oh no, the gargoyles are losing their roost. And Ruski... that's a great connection with the sniper out of the gate.
Low one just had him locked down there in the crosshairs. Meanwhile, jumping forward, low one. You were talking about this position right here. This gargoyles.
Yep. 3v2. Forge control still in Team 2's favor.
For now.
Than anything else? Right, you've got Team 12. Shift is down, but not out. He'll be back up soon. And I think, play this one slow if you're Team 12. There's the snipe, making it that much easier. Now Grego has the all clear, but he's not landing his shots, and now he is in a rough spot.
Meanwhile, Latvian going to fall down off the top. Camouflage on his team is chickened. The ice block saves him for the moment.
Ruski and Low One still involved
here.
How
are they still alive here?
It's Team 9. They're about to get pinched, though, from the backside. Shift is going to let everyone from Team 12 know exactly where the gargoyles are. I don't remember if they were alive to see this. I mean, again, this is a strategy only employed successfully once. Only really I've ever even seen attempted once. Low One throws down his barricade and is not giving up his roost.
They don't know he's there. They're looking across the map, and instead he falls down. And he falls down. Team 12 right now helping things to just come to a close.
3, 8, 10, 11 kills for Team 9. So they are really not as Enta snipes one away with a fire longbow.
How is he still alive? My guy is by himself.
Low profile.
Well, now he's on everybody's radar, Nick. Everybody knows he's here.
He's in a trash spot now, man. He is pinched between another lone wolf, all of Team 12 looking for the skeet shot there. Void won't connect. Enta's going to be picking up another kill in a 1v1 with Grego now. Now making it a 2v1 here. Can Enta actually pull this one out? Simply too much.
I was rooting for it.
That was good. I mean, for being alone so long, picking up 2 kills, getting your team into the top 5?
Yup.
I mean, how much more can you ask of one player?
And now right here, 2 teams remaining. Make that one Crown Royale. All said and done.
And that's God, I don't know how many they picked up in the final 15 players. We talked about there were 16 alive, 12 of them obviously other players on part of other teams that were on the board for kills. They played it slow up until that point, but you can really ramp up if you maintain all 4 of your players, loot, all that good stuff. I mean, that's a really strong finish for Team 12.
Yeah, Team 12 really doing it. They did it in the last round as well. So, I mean, we got to look at the numbers, but they're getting more comfortable. 1 round remains, so they might have created enough distance.
Team 9, overall, they're going to be building a big lead for themselves. Team 9 had a lot of kills down the stretch there. They may have taken the $1,000 bounty for this round's lowest score, but overall, we're looking for a pretty substantial jump for Shift and his team, not only because they won, and were able to pick up 5+ kills that round. But because Book of Ken's team, the team in second place by 7 points, died long, long ago. I saw on my scoreboard they only had like 2 kills, and they finished in a really rough spot. So they're going to be kind of hurting for points here. Not out of it yet because we've seen teams swing 30, 50 points sometimes in these squad games.
Yeah, it can be really nuts depending on what you loot and how you're able to find the kills and stuff. Man, you know what I'm thinking here? Well, let's take a look at the numbers real quick. So it looks like Cookie Man and his team is going to be the team that takes home the 1,000 for this round for sure. Number 2 as far as where they placed, but minus 20. It's all about the lowest score.
Yep. So they'll be taking home this round's bounty. We've got -19, 20 under, 15 under. A lot of people shaving big numbers off of their score overall here for the round 5 post game. Overall, it's going to be a 36-point lead for Shift and his squad. It's a manageable round 1, or it's a manageable round. 1 round.
You can pull this off.
Hill. Yeah. You can get this one out, right? You know, you've got a 7-point lead turning into a 36-point lead. So at this point, Shift and his boys aren't out of the woods. They have to maintain control, but this is when the pressure is highest. This is when you're like, oh God, where do we drop? Do we play how we've been playing? Do we get aggressive? Do we get overly passive and stop playing the way that got us here in the first place?
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but this is where I start counting my money. I start thinking about what I'm going to do. I'm going to collect this 4,000. What can I do? I mean, I'm definitely going to the club next weekend.
Buy your model Frostmourne and your Buster Sword.
There you go. There you go. Got to watch out for both of them. You know what's interesting on the 1,000, right? When you guys get the round, do you split that evenly?
I imagine.
I don't know, man. If I get all the frags, I'm saying, guys.
Like if you're Enta.
Yeah. Like if I'm Enta, I'm hitting up Cooper and I'm saying, here's my PayPal. Forget about my teammates. Just hook it up because I'm doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm not in these tournaments.
That's funny, maybe.
Hey, you want to team up for the next tournament?
Nope. I need honorable men by my side, right?
Hey, man.
There's no honor among thieves.
It's honorable.
What's fair is fair.
It's a meritocracy. What can I say? I earned all the kills. I earned all the bills. That's how it works, buddy.
You just split it up, like. Yeah. But last hits versus player damage versus how are we breaking it down?
Basically,
as long as the contents of the contract are laid out before we sign.
Well, here it is. Heads I win, tails you lose. So wherever it winds up. Well, we might have our own rules.
I just watched Batman too, so that's like hitting close to home for me.
I
don't like where this is going.
Well, you know what? Let's make a hard shift and tell them where to go for the real rules.
esports.realmroyale.com, guys, where Cooper has laid down the law with a straight face, and you won't shake him.
No.
You won't give him any inches.
You ready for my Cooper's our head of esports. You ready for my Cooper impression?
Yeah.
I like the lightning. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing.
I was trying to do Cooper as well, but then you said lightning.
Yeah.
And then I laughed.
Well, try again. We have a lot of fun here. We're coming down to the last round. If you guys are on the edge of your seats, you should be, because, as we said, 36-point gap between 1 and 2, but that is absolutely doable here in squads. You get -2 points per kill, and it's 4 players on each team. Are you ready?
I'm ready to
Welcome back. Here we are. Players' boots on the ground, ready to go. 3rd time's a charm. Round 6 of 6. You ready?
I'm ready.
Well, Bird's ready. Team 4 already taking on a team. You can see 7 inside the barn.
Couple of trades going out so far. Looks like it will be going the way of Team 4, at least initially. Bird, 1v2 pegs, 2 beautiful shots despite the stealth coming out from Miles. He will not miss That's going to make the trade go even further in their favor. They've already cleaned up one, another down but not out, so effectively a 2v4 for Team 4.
Well, what is this? Prince Danny hiding around this corner, getting flanked. Oh, the back draw. There's another roll and the blink. And all of a sudden, Danny with the outplay. Oh, you got to love that one. Oh, he doesn't
I think if
get
I'm Danny,
rewarded.
I just go for that kill, just to complete the style.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
He
that
just
was,
dumpstered him.
Oh, my goodness. He got flanked from behind, didn't know where he was, and he just turns around like Swagness Ever Clean, just like, bop, bop. I got him.
Oh, man. Unfortunate there. Slick will get back up. Danny unable to complete the style. The unmarked forge is theirs for the time being. Cybate low and overpowered. Ruski still up in their same spot, but Shift, Void, Heavenly Grego, our leaders, Team 12, they're the team to watch this time around. Hot on their heels. 36-point behind Book of Ken's squad. They are Team 8. Wearing the maroon jerseys.
Nobody at Underpass? Real talk, jokes aside, I think Underpass is fine if you are solos or duos, but not enough loot to really risk it to go there as a squad.
Probably, yeah.
So
Even
here,
with the increased amount of loot.
yeah, over here at Trinity, though, plenty of loot to go around. And so a couple of teams landing down here. It's Team 3 versus Team 17. Wild card on the top floor. He's going to get blinked on top of. The shots around the barricade. Nice job right there. Cut him down. He's out the window. Wild card is the Joker this time around.
12 seconds till revive there. Hodsik gets turned on here for all intents and purposes. Buddha rolls away, but even he will not escape entirely. Team 3, everyone is down but not out, but nobody's moving on these kills.
Was not able to really confirm because of the squad nature. Oh,
wow.
well, that one's going to get confirmed. Nice and easy.
Doesn't miss, but Harold, 15 seconds to juke. 2 players, 3 players here, and they will be able to track him down. Finally getting the killing blow there. Concussion bomb goes out. Beautiful
Nice.
blink turn from Hodsik, and the hot swap onto the shotgun for the killing blow.
That's some of my favorite stuff in Realm is when you use a movement ability to get behind somebody and just the quick 180 pop pop.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so much fun to watch, and Hodsik certainly has a lockdown on that one. So him and his Team 17, they're down a player, but they are certainly not out of it.
Oh, no.
Team number 8 only has 2. Team number 1, they are 4 players strong, and Team 10 halfway down already. Meanwhile, make that more so because they're going to lose another one, leaving 1 player by themselves.
Honestly, I'm seeing a fight on my map stream between Team 2 and Team 12 up in the Badlands, and I feel like that's the one to watch here. This is an important fight as well, though. Team 8 is still in second place here, but we've got the first place team engaging up in the Badlands, the picture-in-picture screen. It looks like Team 2, again, man, they're just losing. They are just getting beat today.
You know what? Not every time you come out, you're gonna have have the strongest game possible, right? Even the Yankees lose occasionally. So
God forbid.
exactly.
Well, it looks like Team 12 just the better squad today up in the Badlands.
Look at Team 1 though. Team 1 is up here kind of hiding, and 6 is just like, nah, dog. What up, dude? Just coming up, no cares in the world, rushing with 1 teammate, taking 2 on 4. And it looks like team number 8 are actually doing pretty well.
But look at this, the counter flank.
Look at that.
The FBI breach from the balcony has been very fruitful. Oh my goodness, you heard the firebomb damage. And just chicken one by one. Team 1 looking cross-eyed after that play.
I mean, that was like a well-calculated, that looked like a Rainbow Six round real quick.
I know,
like,
that was sick.
That was really slick. They had both exits covered. They were able to come, and then they counted down to 3, rushed from both sides, and Team 1, which was all huddled in the middle, just went, what's happening? It's like they got flashbang, dude. It was awesome. Love to see that coordination in the squads, because that's what separates it from the other game modes. You have the ability to really rock as a team, use that momentum, and then go ahead and just out-strategize the opponent.
You can make a nice little formation with 4 people. You can't do the flying V with just duos.
Exactly.
So
shouts to Goldberg.
3 kills for Team 15 here, but they're not done yet. Slick has found himself in an engagement here, and a gold SMG gets some damage, but probably the least commonly seen weapon, even considering the sword as well.
Yeah. Yes, The SMG is like, oh man, I feel like it's a worse shotgun almost.
Yeah.
Like same range, but so I say worse shotgun, but I think it's playstyle. I'm very good with the SMG.
Okay.
I just spray and pray, man. You can't really do, like with the shotgun, you nail that shot or you don't. With the SMG, you're just like, you just hope for it.
Yep. But in a game like this, you know, when a lot's relying on like your peek and pop, right? So you gotta be able to use that shotty. It's you know, you are an engineer. You can just lay down that barricade and go to town. So to each their own.
Aspect right now, he's got the warrior axe trying to go to town here with the damage. Doctor 7 Death trying to blink his way up. He's gonna fall right back down. Meanwhile, team number 4 being aggressed on by 16. Gooch Mob lays down the barricade. Now has to walk up front.
Oh,
and
baby.
Prank Boy. Oh.
Right up and right back down. Fire, Stone Spear, and the White Slug Rifle here. Karma. How can you really let any of that slip here? A lot of assault rifles. I don't know by choice or what, but there's a lot of high firepower going on at the moment. I'm seeing gold slugs, snipers, stone spears, gold SMGs, gold swords, and we're at the 7-minute mark. No one's crafting this.
Less than 40 players left. I mean, this is, you know, players getting lucky. RNGesus coming through on the side. Petty Boss right now, rocking the stone spear already. He's got no shards, so part of me thinks that he did forge that, actually.
Maybe.
This early
But he's got
on.
no kills, right? And you need your nuggets to forge your class weapon. Not anymore?
Dolphin here. He's got really good vision range, I think. That assault rifle, or the burst, rather. Now, this is a kit. This is a kit. He's got the engineer weapon. He's got the engineer abilities, the engineer movement. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
The firebomb.
I love firebomb, dog. Give me the shield and the firebomb, and I will be aggro NG all day long.
It's classic.
All day long.
Purple burst. But look at this. Their opponents with a potion plasma launcher of their own, a sniper, and a golden crossbow.
Yo,
for
the
Cuss.
golden crossbow.
The next best thing to the longbow.
I think it's
When you're not man enough for the longbow.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I think when you're when you've got too much finesse for the longbow.
Too much testosterone for the longbow. I need to shoot faster.
Gotta go hard. I don't know if I could do that all day.
Definitely not. Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't prescribe it.
Yeah, just show up at the bar. Hey, what's up, girls? Talk like this all day. That's what Cuss sounds like in real life, actually.
Yeah, I can attest.
Yeah, he's got the mustache, I'm telling you. So getting aggressive here is Cookie Man looking for the flank on Cuss. He's made his name known. The players know he's in that general area.
Oof. G-Dolphin takes one to the chest from a flame sniper somewhere. Posing now, rotating around. Wide open fight. A lot of room to work with here. Team 13 versus Team 9. 37 players left alive in the final round of today's 10K Squad Invitational. No kills online for Team 9 yet. None online for Team 13 either. Both teams looking to draw the first blood.
9 is getting aggressive on up top. Yeah, Strawberry Fields going to drop down that barricade, but 9 is to watch out on their backside as well, because they're getting kind of pincered here. 13 from up top. Look at the flank from Cuss, though. Strawberry Fields is chicken, but his teammate is making the loop around. Cuts down 1. Great play from Team 13, utilizing all 4 of their members.
Both snipers going down there. Cuss will fall as well, and all of his golden loot with him. Golden burst rifle popping up in the kill feed there. That's what Insom used to do the job. He's got his golden leaf. That's just so useful for CDR.
Yep.
Cody Flood, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out of there, but he's trying to bring a couple with him just by way of the dismount. And looking at the map stream right now, they're so far out of the circle, it's going to actually kind of be a pain. Teddy Flood actually goes down, but we'll have to see if he's able to bring anyone with him by way of the fog.
Look at that play. Man, Petty Boss I don't know if Petty Boss is winning the tournament at all, but he has had some of the coolest highlight reel plays this afternoon. This is a guy, I mean, I might have to tune into him. I just like watching him with the swag plays, dude. Where I come from, I play for the Jiffy Cat. I play for the highlight reel. I play for the fans at home.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of nice little min-maxy things, right? Like hopping off your horse, maintaining the momentum when he gets his shots, popping his reloads as well while doing that. Every second counts, especially in Sentinel. Hold. Frost Longbow going to claim the life there. Great loadout here again. Enta, legendary withdrawal. He's got his Frostbow, as well as the purple slug rifle. Everything he needs.
We're up to our final 10 teams here. 8 teams remaining, actually. 23 players. Quick, what's 23 divided by 8?
Doesn't evenly divide.
It's not an answer, Nick.
It's like 3.9. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Again, let me know if he's correct. I want to know. Last time you weren't. No, you actually were. Actually.
Oof.
6. Not a good spot. See, that's what I like to do with the potion launcher. What he just did with the flare, just launch it and kind of like rain down these mortars. Right now, Enta wishing he was an engineer. I'm sure.
Even with this loadout.
Yeah, but this is not good enough. He's like, man, if only I could trade my longbow for a potion launcher.
Wow.
I'd be happy.
Strawberry Fields actually is almost making it out of the fog.
He'll make it.
As you can see, but he's fresh out of healing. No healing totem either. He's gone for the firebomb barricade. And that won't play.
No potions available to him.
What the? Wow, that's the first and last time you'll ever see that happen.
Yeah, for real. The double disenchant of the double sniper rifle.
Double sniper, neither of which you like the weapon enchant on more than what you've already got. Damn. The rich get richer, I suppose.
Well, and here we've got probably one of the last cooks available, right? I mean, the circle's going to get really small.
Pretty much, yeah.
The forge is not going to be...
We're losing the Sentinel Hold Forge right now.
Yeah.
And then Trinity's it.
This is going to be one of the last ones, and we're back to Trinity Thrills, baby. Here we go. 12 up north, 19 down south, 8 smack dab in the middle, and a whole mess of other players there on the left-hand side.
Mikey by himself for now. Teammate not too far behind him, just rotating in. And the leaders, they're still alive, man. Team 12, looking dominant so far today.
Look at how good I hold shift is right here.
I know, right? Potion launcher up in glorious fashion.
Just look at this.
Doesn't even need to angle his camera out to see what's out there, right? Because he doesn't care.
Oh, he's so good.
Just a glorious engineer. Look at Void. You can see the envy in his eyes.
Yeah, he's like, man, I wish I was an engineer.
Just got this stupid sniper.
Yeah, man. Who wants a sniper when you can have a potion launcher?
When you can go thump.
Thump.
Real good.
Thump, thump, thump. Team 12 really locking down that building. Flick Task and his squad. They finished up their forge cook. So they're going to trade out.
So they only have 4 kills, Team 12, our leaders. But I can't imagine, Team 8 is still alive. Second place is still alive here. I can't imagine they have much more than that. It's about to pop off here. Team 19 getting aggressed on, but handling it beautifully.
Yeah, nice shots, and I liked how calm everybody was there. Usually in those moments, everything goes haywire, but this time they're able to keep it together. So the runaround here from Idiot Mouse. That's 4 players on his team. Team number 9 cut in half. Team number 8 cut in half. 13, the Lone Wolf. 19 cut in half. 15 cut in half.
Ooh.
But that team to the north, that's Team 12. They're also good to go. So it looks like 2 squads fully formed. And then the other 5 are bits and pieces.
Is Team 8 still 4 people?
It might be. Okay, yeah, so we got 3
So
full
12's
squads.
alive, 8's alive, 19 looks like they're still whole, and 6 looks like they're still whole.
Runa gonna fall down. That's a big death. He's been really powerful throughout the course of the tournament so far. Hayden Gray and the rest of Team 6 trying to push into Team 19, taking the 2v3 disadvantage, and they're gonna lose that one as well. Idiot mouse.
Oh,
Ooh,
there it is.
He'll
Style.
fall down with a.
Those little things make a difference, though. Like a lot of people, like you press forward, jump, and mount all at the same time to get like, and especially if you're jumping off a hill, you're mounting up while still moving forward the whole time. Those little things make a big difference in Realm Royale.
They really do, especially when you're down to the wire here. 18 teams remaining 6, or 18 players remaining 6 teams. That's an average of 3 players per team, by the way. I figured I'd help you out with that one.
Hell yeah.
I only took that one because it divides evenly.
Why didn't Alexi grab that gold breastplate? He looked right at it, and he spit in the face of Lady Luck.
You know, it can be hectic when you're looting here in these last moments.
I guess so.
Because, I mean, you spend too long hitting the right button and you get shot in the head.
Yep.
Everybody's looking around for the next place to go.
One member of Team 12 pinned behind the hay bales here. Golden Slug finds the first connection. Not enough to take one down, but not out. Fighting directly uphill. Shift. He's got to be the point man here. He goes up over his own barricade, up over his enemy's barricade. He gets the down, but he himself is now in a precarious situation. G-Dolphin will find the killing blow. Mikey's still down. Where's the rest of Team 12? Do they even push up on this?
I don't think they do. I think you want to play it safe here. Team number 9, on the other hand, they're in trouble.
But even knowing that Shift put one down, that snipe won't connect either. I think they don't know how many people are left from Team 9. We know there's only one guy left. I don't think they do.
Exactly. They are expecting a little bit more firepower, so they got to play it a little bit more carefully. What a great view. One of my favorites. Petty Boss up north by himself. There's another player up there by himself. 15, 3 players remaining. So 15 and 19 look like they're relatively strong suited to really take this fight.
9 kills for Team 19 here. They're definitely not snoozing this round. Team 8, I believe now they are the only full complete squad. We've got 15 is a team of 3, 12 is a team of 3, 19 is a team of 3, 9 is a team of 2 at this stage, and 8, the only boys left whole after 19 minutes of fighting. So they've got 1, 3, 5, 6 kills. I don't know if this, I don't know if this is going to be enough to bridge the gap, but all of these teams still alive, or at least 3 of them, still fighting for that $1,000 bounty for this round. But I think Shift, Slick, and the boys should have this one locked up.
Well, we'll see, man. I mean, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and I do not hear no music just yet.
But they're already counting their money, I thought.
Well, I mean, I'll be counting money all the time. That's just how it works. Counting money right now in my head.
Do you stack it up in factors of 8?
No, I do actually, because I only believe in $2 bills.
I knew a guy who had a stroke, and he could only comprehend numbers in groups of 4.
Wow.
Everything had to be about 4, multiple, divisible. It just had to somehow relate to 4.
The human brain's incredible.
It's wild.
It really is. Everything's about 4 here in our squads tournament. You like that? You like that segue?
Nice. Perfect.
Well, team number 8, that's 4 times 2. They're in the middle of everybody, specifically 2 different teams. One player goes down, that's Mimu, and it's Enta. What a surprise, getting 1 shot and then letting the Death Fog finish it off his teammate. Team 12 up top, Team 19 on the bottom floor of the house. And this is going to be the last firefight, I think.
Grego goes down and out of the game. Heavenly and Void, the last 2 left alive here. 5 kills on the board for Team 12 already. Our leaders out in front by 36 points. Still in great position to make sure that this tournament remains locked up, and they should be able to do so here. G-Dolphin Golden Burst looking for some damage, looking for some poke across the way, but he himself will take the trade.
Yeah, nice little roll to avoid the insight from the hill. And this is it. Wow, there's so many players left right now. 12 players, and there's nowhere to hide, nowhere to go. No chance to survive. Make your time. Team number 9 on the way out. Team number 12. Man, I can't even call this action. Meanwhile, Booker, Ken, and his team are just chilling in the background like, what's up?
Yes.
They're just waiting.
Fight, fools.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight for my entertainment.
That's what they're saying.
Great kit there for Synergy, the Warrior player. Throwing axe. Mikey, here's the box. Somebody's going to get jumped on by this throwing axe if they're not careful. Synergy's just looking for the 1-tap on the chicken. Just got to find the angle. That's 2 points shaved off the score for Book of Ken, 6, and Synergy. This is that one there. Luffy coming around the edge. Doesn't want to play with the splash damage. No armor potions either, so he's working with just raw HP.
All right, has to make the wrap around on the right-hand side. Can't find it, though. And there's a little bit of help from his friends on the left. Roll to avoid some of the open areas. 9 get a flank. They're finally involved in this team fight.
This is getting hairy here. They're getting pushed out by the Death Fog. They're rolling in. Big man plays there with an authority. Comes in. Synergy landing the throwing axes. Shielding potions good as well.
Oh!
He's got targets galore, Tom, but he can't connect.
No, he absolutely can when it gets hairy. Shave him down with the axe like a real man. 5 players left. The fight is all about that one. It's a one-on-one.
Ooh, the healing totem late game. I mean, if that doesn't display engineer dominance
I mean, what can I say, dog?
in a 1v1, I don't know what does.
What can I say, dog?
He didn't even break a sweat.
Nah, man.
He didn't even break a sweat there. I don't think he got that kill, though. I think the Death Fog may have claimed that for itself.
I'm going to say he got the kill.
But that says, I mean, not getting the kill, just saying, I don't even need you, right? And just letting him go off, that almost sends an even bigger statement there.
Exactly.
He did not break a sweat. He just drops that barricade, and then at that point, you're just like, God damn it, if you're that mage, you
What do I
got
do?
nothing to do.
What do I do? You got a shield and I, well,
Coming out of Ice Block, the barricade goes out, and you're just like, well, okay.
I guess this is my life now. The engineer takes the victory. What a surprise. The mage winds up dying.
But no cigar there. And again, kind of like watching and riding along with that game. I think Shift and Slick's team, Shift and the rest of the boys should have this one locked up just based on the lead that they built for themselves going into this round. They have a pretty decent round, right? They're in that top 5 fight. They're in there with the frags. They had at least 5 there. I don't know if they'll claim the $1,000 bounty for this round.
Sure.
But they should be able to claim the overall.
Yeah, don't forget, there's $4 grand for the players that are going to win overall, and then once per round, we're giving out $1,000 to the team with the lowest score. So you want to see where everybody's winding up. We'll bring those numbers to you in a moment, but anecdotally, everybody that played Engineer looked dope.
Absolutely, and we'll get to take a look now. And
It's Alexi.
Alexi's team.
All
with
right.
13 frags, 24 under the lowest score on the day of the game. They will claim the $1,000 here, but what we're really concerned about is that overall. And Shift with the -8, Book of Ken with the -15. I think we are all squared away.
Look at that, 29 points in the lead for I Hold Shift and his squad.
It's a good
He's
win.
won one of the duo tournaments, and now he's going to take home one of the squad tournaments as well. 3-round wins, 6 times in the top 10, and a total of 55 eliminations for his squad. Just a beautiful look here for I Hold Shift, one of the mainstays of the Realm Royale community.
Yeah, twitch.tv/low1. His squad falling down after their illustrious victory, the largest margin in solos, duos, or squads last week. They won 5 games straight, dying in the 6th game only because they were playing hyper aggressive. What a weird way for them to finish today. Again, it's not the full roster without Kefri,
Sure.
right? So technically that roster has never lost an event that they signed up for.
That's absolutely the truth. But these are the winners for each round. I Hold Shift takes out 2 victories in round 2 and 4, but we all started off
Nice.
with Book of Ken. Round number 3 was all about Luffy. Round 5, give it up for my man Cookie Man. And then round 6, Alexi kind of coming out of nowhere, taking the victory. Shouts to the engineer.
That's what we call a 6K day for I Hold Shift in that squad, man.
Yeah.
That's a good afternoon.
That's certainly not a bad look, man. I know he's feeling good about that one.
I love it. I love that they can find that success, not only in that duos event, right, but to split up with kind of a different team and a lot of players that were finding success in the duo events, changing the vibe for the squads.
Yeah.
And it's all about, and you're right, how much different of a game it is with the 4 players versus just the 2. I wonder if we ever go back to duos, what those pairs will look like now having these players play together in squads.
Well, that's a question we'll ask ourselves. But for you guys, thanks for joining. For myself, Nick, everybody behind the scenes, and out there in chat, we love you. Peace, and much love to you.